because it's displaying. Okay, there we go.
The Buick GMC of Beaverton year-end savings event is happening now. Get big savings and low APR financing on a great selection.
Next, we have a clash of two very different jungle styles between Inspired and Peanut. This Worlds, we have seen Inspired act as a reactive safety net for his team, allowing players like Whippo the opportunity to thrive in his aggression.
Whippo going in again. Sterix is a very good item, and Ivern backing him up means he's gonna live. He should be dead.
I can't believe that he lived that, but you're really seeing the value of this Ivern.
Meanwhile, Peanut's creative pathing and his ability to read the enemy is a huge test for any jungler taking on Hanwha Life.
Peanut's now walking down G2, it's all falling apart. They've overcommitted in the bot side, and with concussive blows, they've got nowhere to go. Han Summer first, Viper kiting back, but Mickey is about to be clapped.
Both have found success during 2024 Worlds, but who will come out on top in today's featured matchup presented by Mercedes-Benz?
The Renekton respect band as well.
Let's get into it. So Orianna, Ivern, and Renekton all make a lot of sense, I would say. Ziggs ban on red side, yeah, that kind of checks out. It's been permanent ban the whole time. Ashe kind of makes sense, I guess. I'm kind of cool with that. Aurora, okay. I don't know how I feel about like using an Ashe ban though when Yone's up and they just B1 it though. That's kind of I don't like that. I will say I don't know which game Fly wins. I just know they win one. So
Quad already did bring it out, once so far this tournament. It is a pick that he's very comfortable on. So it could be pretty exciting. We'll see if that can actually
Cassio again, huh?
I am definitely
unsure
about if you're going to be able to shut down Zeka on the Yone. In fact,
it's not terrible into the Yone. The grounding can be very frustrating for him to deal with. But I don't, and I know it's like quads Yone, or quads Cassio. So, I mean, it's not bad, right? Like, he's obviously, like, proficient on it and everything, but I don't think it overpowers the fact that you're letting Zeka have Yone. So, yeah, I kind of wish that had just been a Yone ban. I don't know how I feel about it. Ziamumu coming in? Ziamumu's coming in. Alright. That's actually another pick I don't mind too much, especially in the 3 melees. It's very easy for Inspired to just drop an ult on him and call it a day. I also kind of like the fact that this is very much looking like a Tabby's game between the Jax and the Yone. And with the passive of Amumu, like, it makes him even a little bit tankier because it blocks like a certain amount of like basic attack damage, I'm pretty sure, if I remember right. So it's not bad. Okay. Rakan ban. Okay, cool with that. Helps deny the engage a little bit, or another diving champion, so that's fine. They ban Leona, which I guess checks out because Busio has been playing a lot of Leona, so that's fine. I understand that. I guess what are you looking for at this point from each side? Hmm. I mean, mid jungle top. So you're just looking for bot on HLE's side, and you're looking for support and hop. I guarantee you, this is some crazy pick that they're doing for Blippo, and I'm already worried for it. I'm already worried for it. They're gonna R5 a pick for Blippo. They shouldn't have to since the Jax is already picked. I'd save the R5 for the support. Do something crazy with the support. Poppy ban. Okay. What are we going here, boys? Okay. Well, I was kind of right. Oh, don't do the Urgot. Don't do the Urgot. I don't like it. I don't want it. I don't like it. Oh, you did it. Oh, no. Okay. I don't like it. I'm just not a fan. Like, I mean, I get the Renekton is banned, right? I just Kaisa Rel. Okay, that kind of fits up the die. That's actually really. Actually, I'm kind of surprised. I don't know. The Ashe ban's just so questionable. Is Viper just insane on this Ashe? Oh, Renata's very good here, actually. Okay. The Urgot is why. The Urgot is so why to me. Okay. I don't hate the draft. And maybe I'm just so, like, bleh about Blippo in general right now. Like, anything that's not him on Renekton, I'm just like, nope. You know? So. Yeah, I think the draft is okay. I think there is, in this current meta, though, I think HLE just kind of stomped it, especially with the Yone pick and the Rel pick and the Kaisa pick, and then, like, it all fits together into a dive comp. But it's just like, does the counter of Renata and Cassio, and to a certain extent Amumu, make the difference here? I would say if FlyQuest had better hands, maybe, but I don't know if they have the better hands than HLE. So I'm gonna say this is the game that FlyQuest drops. But who knows? We'll see.
I think the idea from FlyQuest is promising, where you're trying to dive, we have a lot of counter dive measures, and then we'll leverage that to try and outplay you in the team fights. It ultimately then just becomes a question of laning, because Hanwha Life aren't just famous for their team fighting, they're also famous for their individual players.
Exactly. Lee says, this is the game I'm going to love. Okay. I'm not sure how I like seeing the draft. I'm not in love with it right now personally, but if you say so, Lee, I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. Alright. We just going for standard lanes from the looks of it. No one's really doing anything funky. No invades. Are we just getting standard laning? Huh. Let me think here. I think if Masu, well, I actually think this is kind of beneficial. The reason being that Blippo being on Urgot, you actually need him to get farm and experience, and you really don't want the lane swap, right? I think you really want to get as much farm and experience onto him and really become like a mid to late game just machine gun monster with shotgun legs. So I'm okay without a lane swap. I think HLE is more than confident, though, that they can just take the lane swap or the standard lanings and just kind of win that way, which I completely understand. I would say, in general, Doran, Viper, and Delight are better than their respective counterparts. So, sure, you take the standard lanes and then you go with it. So this is oh, wow. Okay, we're not quite standard lanes. Doing a lot of We're like duo laning in mid now, which I guess is kind of common, but the development. Okay, never mind. We are getting lane swaps. If you can't tell, I'm a little tired. It's been a long day at work. I'll try and pay a little bit more attention. So okay, we do have a lane swap, which I do think actually benefits HLE more because you want to put the Urgot behind. Oh, Inspired's doing some shenanigans, but he got spotted. The question, oh, but he's skipping camps kind of, but they know that. Huh. So Jack's TP's back down. So you got Viper versus Whippo. Oh, okay. You know what? That's fine. I'm kind of surprised HLE... Oh, quad. Oh, Peanut. Damn, dude. Okay. Well, I guess Zeka didn't get an assist, which is somewhat good, but Quad should TP back. The lane is horrendous state for Quad, though. Ooh, Inspired got the red. That's good. That's actually very important, because Peanut got the gank off. Okay. Can Masu and Busio punish Doran enough for it to matter? Blippo's already level 3, 7 CS up. Okay. Masu and Busio are playing this extremely well. They're denying a lot of CS from Doran, which is very important. Oh my god, Zeka.
I feel like if you're FlyQuest, you have to be thinking about the fact that Delight has already made what has been the play of worlds so far on this exact champion. Yeah. You've got to be respecting this guy and what he can do on the realm.
I mean, he is just insane playing these engaged champs. You know, finds these
I would
these tiny opportunities.
hazard a guess. Not even hazard a guess. I actually feel better about the lane swap so far for FlyQuest than I do for HLE. I really think, I mean, I'm not smart enough to understand the way lane swaps are working currently, but I almost feel like an old lane swap where if they had just kept Viper and Delight topside against Blippo and just denied him a bunch of CS and experience, would have been more beneficial than what they did here, because now Blippo's up 18 CS at this point, and everyone else is, like, fine. Like, obviously Quad's down, but that's just due to a gank from Peanut. That's just kind of standard gameplay at that point. That has nothing to do with the lane swap, really, outside of, I guess, Delight pulling some shenanigans. Okay, well, I mean, yeah, like, look at the gold difference. Like, the 300 gold onto Peanut doesn't even matter at this point. It's even.
Now, I will say that when I kind of look at the minimap, I'm keeping track of... That's a loud dragon. I was
31 to 9, 32 to 9. Like, he's gonna start farming soon here in a second. Yeah, he's got a huge wave to catch, but still, I mean, like, what a gap.
But his pathing is taken up towards the top side. Now that does allow him to cover for Whippo to push out that stacked wave and go back to base safely.
Okay, so we got the standard laning now.
The great thing about Peanut and why he's so
Peanut's still keeping up in farm with Inspired.
He's always in a good position to play around his laners. And again,
even though Inspired had more farm time.
Also, his camps are now reclearable on the bot side of the map, so he can start pathing his way to top. And as he's pathing now, this gives the opportunity for Viper to go back to base as well, even though his flash is down. Inspired now making his way back out. If they keep Viper here, this could be an opportunity for Inspired.
Oh man, Quad is getting kind of ran in mid lane. 55 to 39. That gank ruined him.
An AP build here, and it should be that Leandry's first item for the Amumu, and is going to be starting up the Dragon.
Should be a free Drake, but Peanut's probably going to get free grubs. Oh, Dorn hit 6. Wow. Also 27 to 37 CS now. But I mean, Blippo will still catch this wave, and it'll still probably put him up by about 15 CS probably. Oh, yeah, 15-ish. Oh, but here comes the dive. Oh, no. Oh, man, that's so horrendously bad. He misses this whole wave. Oh, no, that's so bad. That was such a good read from from Peanut to realize that he was on Drake. But now he's so here's the thing: can Inspired punish him here? Can he push him off these grubs? Can Inspired get 2 of these grubs? If he can, I actually think it's okay. Okay, pushes him off. Oh, Busio's here. Oh, the minion. Boo. Okay, Inspired gets 2 grubs and Drake in trade of a kill on Whippo, and don't get me wrong, it hurt really bad for Whippo. I'm not gonna read the spoilers. Sorry, I'm not checking them, Lee. I'm already kind of nervous about reading the spoilers chat as it is anyway.
Right now, even with those early 2 kills there for HLE, so FlyQuest are gonna have their opportunities, and we'll just see.
Oh,
nice buffer there from Zach.
dang.
The ult, snaps back.
Dang, 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 dang.
Some of the abilities that Yone have that really make him so powerful at this level.
Yeah, you mentioned it in the previous series. If you can time that just right, you are immune to CC in that recall animation. Very powerful, very effective. As Doran now has the opportunity to knock some damage into this first plate here. Almost grabs it. Minions are going to do that last little bit.
Okay, plate. Whippo's coming down. Still up in CS overall, but man, he could have been so much further ahead.
I guess I'm kind of looking at the map, and I feel like there were a couple opportunities where
I think it's really, really important now at this point because Inspired made the choice to take that first Drake instead of trying to maybe... It's so hard though because it's such a bad tempo play for Inspired to try and cover for top at that point, especially when he's on bot side. It's such good coordination between Doran and Peanut too. It's like, hey, I'm shoving top back in. I have level 6. I've already chunked him out. Like, Peanut's already coming top side anyway for the grubs because Inspired's trading for the Drake, and it's like, just come get the dive and yeah, it's just so good. It really puts the onus on FlyQuest at that point to make sure they like continue the Drake stacking. And so, we'll see if FlyQuest can manage to continue to do that. I think Masu and Busu have been moving around the map pretty well, which is good. A lot of money gained, a lot of plates gained. Playing the map pretty well in general, I would say. I'm pretty happy with how they're playing the actual macro. Trying to think if there's anything else going on. Oh, quad. Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't... I may have been wrong earlier when I said Cassia was a semi-decent champ into Yone. I think Yone just may be too busted right now. No. This is really bad. Zek is so far ahead, man. I don't know why we let this Yone through, man. That's just bad. Oh, rough. Oh, no. And then, wow, what a flash from Peanut. Okay. Oh, okay. We got the monster down. That's all that matters. The monster's dead. Damn, Azale. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, but oh, that's a brutal comment. Alright, so we're like 12 minutes in the game, 2 grubs to FlyQuest, a Drake to FlyQuest, which is all well and good. I would say the plates have been going pretty well in favor of FlyQuest, which is good. Man, that was just a nice little combo from Whippo and Inspired. Good stuff, guys. Plates have been pretty good, so I think the gold's pretty even. No, it's not. It's like a 1.5 at 10 minutes. I mean, it's not good, but I've seen worse. Yeah, at this point, I think there's just a really big onus on trying to find tempo in like a little bit of lanes here and there, and then just I really got to emphasize. I think we have to do the Drake stacking. There was a lot put into that Drake, I think, because otherwise we could have really played through Whippo more. I think, although him getting that kill on the Zeka is very, very good. But I think Whippo's strong right now, but he could have been a monster if he'd caught that wave earlier, I think. Oh no. Okay, so they get the other 3 grubs, so it's going to be 4-2, which, I mean, I Emphasis on the Drake stacking. Again, I'm really going to hammer home the Drake stacking.
So far in this early game, just he's basically been sacrificing these early objectives to get his lane into heads, and now with the strength that they have, it allows them to better contest these next objectives. So now they're the ones with position over Dragon. They've already secured the grubs. They've gotten themselves 4 to get that small grub buff, and now they should be able to rotate over to this Dragon, and it's going to be a difficult contest for FlyQuest. The Leandries is
So HLE is now contesting the Drake because they know that's pretty much like one big condition at this point. And an ad because I'm on my work laptop and I don't have ad block. We love it. Apologies. Y'all get some ads with me. I'm very sorry. Sorry, Scrubs. I mean, as much as I love you, you're here. All right. Yeah, so HLE is going to really put emphasis on taking this Drake away because they know it's like kind of Fly's like main win condition at this point because they prevented Blippo from becoming a monster. Quad's nowhere near what he should be, or relevant, I should say. And then Masu's been okay, but it's still going to take a while for him to get online. And so I think as long as HLE denies this Drake, it should be fine, which is why Peanut's still hovering nearby. So we got reset from Inspired and Busio, and they're... Well, Inspired's going topside. Or I guess they're... I'm kind of surprised that there's not a Drake... Okay, there it is. I guess Fly doesn't feel confident in fighting for it because Masu's not on his item yet. With a very fast clear speed, getting to a good point, but again, it's still Peanut that has the gold advantage for now. I don't think that's good, guys. I mean, yeah. Yeah, Vetti's raises a good point. There's a lot of vision. There's a lot of vision on HLE's side. It's kind of crazy. I don't like this. Man, Hanwha is so good at overloading on the other side of the map of wherever FlyQuest is loading it. Okay. Drake or tower taken. That's good.
Because it is just kind of this slow moving game that it feels like HLE are winning out in, and they're not necessarily going to give you those 5v5s when you
8 turret planes to 6. All right, FlyQuest. Okay.
To do anything to force HLE to fight, they can just play the game on their own terms.
Damn.
We were talking back in the first series about the difference.
Zeka hurts, man. That is crazy.
Versus the burden of execution, and I feel like for FlyQuest, if you tell me, oh yeah, FlyQuest is going to be only 1,000 gold behind the LCK #1 seed with even Drake's 14 minutes into the game, you're all right with that.
1,000 gold lead for Zeka is... I find it hard... I'm hard-pressed to find a way that FlyQuest manages to get back into this without like a major flub or a very, very impressive team fight from FlyQuest. So Rift Herald over HLE. So really at this point we've got a Drake and 2 grubs, and then everything else has gone the way of HLE. We do have a tower, which is good, and we did get 2 more turret plates than them, which is good. But really that's just kind of keeping us floating. We're not sinking yet. So I guess it's about as much as you can ask for.
Have some control over the enemy jungle. He'll sit down that ward and Delight will immediately clear it back out. Quad on the Cassiopeia, 2 stacks on the Rod of Ages.
Feels like not much is going to happen for the next few minutes, I say, as... Oh, yeah, there goes the turret. Okay, yeah. That's the mid-turret. Ah, man. And that opens up the map for HLE a little bit more. Can he make this? Can he make this?
There's like a little bit of invisible wall next to it.
Blippo gets that. Okay.
Enough to stop the Herald from walking slowly towards the turret.
Dominating 1v1 there by Blippo.
Man, there's a lot of vision bot side. That is a crazy amount of vision from both teams. Mainly from FlyQuest. I'm surprised, like... So much vision for nothing really happening right now. I mean, I guess you're trying to prevent any dives onto Quad while he's trying to catch up in CS. I don't know. A lot of vision. Oh, they're ghost wards, though. It's fine. Okay. I thought those were normal wards.
Total score can look alarming.
La da 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 da.
Commentators alongside me have highlighted
Yeah,
this
we're in a bit of a lull state right now.
in a comfortable position.
I guess we can kind of
My biggest
take
concern
tabs of where everyone's at. So we got an item on Masu.
the guy right here
We've got an item on Quad.
needed a Q.
Half an item, kind of ish. He's got tier. He's stacking tier, which is good. Item on Inspired and item on Blippo. Okay, so one item across the board with the exception of Bucio, which I mean support, so whatever. Got Merc Treads. Oh. Wow. That was very nice. Okay. But here comes the dive. I don't know if it's worth flashing. I mean, he almost outplayed it, so maybe I mean, okay, I guess I respect the attempt. Okay, so turret attained, but they also got the turret up top, I assume, or they're about to get it. No, they already got it. They already got it.
It's both flashes off of Inspired and Quad, and then Bwipo just lost his flash on topside and died. He did thankfully at least force out Viper's flash, but it is going to mean coming up for this next fight.
I don't know. That's like, yeah. Azale kind of makes a good point of like that's a lot of resources burnt before like it's not a super pivotal like Drake point, right? Like it's only Drake number 3 with a split of 1-1, but I feel like for FlyQuest it is kind of pivotal a little bit.
You're completely right, Azale, that it feels like that even though FlyQuest found a good pick, Hanwha Life is just
Run inspired, run inspired, run inspired. Oh no.
CC is too much combined with Doran's damage. The Hanwha Life top laner now on a rampage, but Quad's trying to follow it up here.
Okay. Team fight.
Hanwha's getting locked up. Peanut and Doran both trying to
Did
flash
HLE go too far? Oh my god.
100 HP. The bailout can't save him, and Hanwha Life
Zeka.
fighting FlyQuest. Bwipo's still trying to escape, and Doran re-engages with the
They're too good, man. I don't think they're the number 1 team in the world, but they're still one of the best Korean teams in the tournament. So, I'm going to make the assumption that it's game 2 that FlyQuest win, because I would say at this point it's not happening.
It's a 4v5, right? So as these extra members do come in, they don't quite have the damage to actually burst them down. The locket comes out, Doran kites back, then Peanut is able to jump out, and they just can't actually.
That was kind of looking like the fight that Bucio like would have popped off on with the ultimate, and it just did not happen.
So the damage dealers and the target focus coming out from Hanwha Life was great because they shut down Quad first, and then the other 2 damage dealers tried to come in from the flank, and then they get CC'd up. So
The girl.
a well-executed fight from Hanwha.
Oh. Can you pull something here, Bwipo? 1-2-0 versus 1-2-1.
Does not.
No, okay.
Against it. We'll go back to base, look to try and catch that wave on bot. Right now it's FlyQuest.
Alright, so what do you do here as FlyQuest at this point? You got 2 turrets, you had a fair amount of turret plates, you got 1 Drake, you got 2 grubs. I would say Masu's probably, maybe Bwipo. 13, actually it's probably Bwipo. Bwipo's probably still your strongest carry right now, at least for like another level or 2. So in that case, you play around Bwipo. Oh. Wow. Bwipo's actually very lucky that Zeka missed. Oh, they both missed ults. Okay. Yeah, Bwipo's just very lucky there. That could have been game ending, really. But yeah, you want to play through Bwipo at this point, I would say, at least until Masu finishes his second item. How do you want to play through Bwipo, though? You don't really want to ARAM it. Well, actually, maybe you do. Do you ARAM this? Between Bucio and Inspired and Masu? I don't think you can, though. The pressure from side lanes from Jax and Yone is too great. I think ideally what you want to do is you actually kind of want to ARAM it with FlyQuest comp. You can get everyone in mid and just really start sieging that mid tower. It's kind of hard to siege, though. It's very low range comp.
exactly. And I mean, bad goes to worse when you realize it's also Hextech Soul, and they're going to TP in. They're just going to start up this Baron.
I guess really you just set up around objectives and you hope for like a team fight mess up from them, or you hope for a really great pick somehow. I'm not really sure how FlyQuest gets back into this, man. This is kind of suffocating, I would say, at this point. You can't, because you can't match Zeka in the side lanes. He's got 2 items. Like, Quad can't do it, really. I mean, he kind of can, but, like, he's never winning. He can just kind of hold him off. I don't think Whippo really can, not until he completes his 2nd item. And then Jax is just crazy fed, man. I don't even know how you handle him, period. I mean, I think that Whippo has to be on Doran 24/7. And Magical Steel? Magical Steel? No, there's no way. Whippo's in the pit. Massive 3-man ult from there. Massive ult from Busio. Wow. Okay, so there it is. Wow. Okay, so there it is. They threw a Baron. They got the Baron, but it was a great punish. Okay, you have to get a lot from this, though. You have to get a lot. Get the mid lane shoved, take the tower. You have Quad up on the top side. Can you get that shoved in as fast as you can? Drake's up in a minute. Can you get some wards around that to reset and you fight for the Drake as well? Oh, that's actually so massive. What a crazy fight. Okay. Okay. Wow. What a commitment. What a commitment. I love that. Great fight. Yeah, just get in there, like, because if you don't fight here, the game's done. Great ultimate for both Inspired and Busio. Everyone's having to dodge, like, just trying to get out of dodge, and they just can't. Oh my god, great fight. Great call. Great fight, great call. Holy, okay. Okay. It's still not good, don't get me wrong. We're not out of the woods yet, but holy. Oh, Inspired, no! That's what I meant, but we're not out of the woods. Okay. Wow, minus 1,500 Baron power play. You love to see it. Okay. Inspired's dead. Yeah, okay. So really, at this point, you delayed the end of the game basically, because it would have been the end of the game if you had walked up with Baron, got it, and then started to push all 3 lanes. So they take Drake now. They're not going to be on Soul Point, and then really we're just back to where we started right before the Baron, I would say. So really, what it comes down to is we got to do it again. Can we do it again? I don't think we can do it again. Is this going to be like another 5-minute pause, though? Or, like, not pause, but like a lull in the game state where it's just like we wait for objectives again? Because there's no Baron. And we're, like, at the base of FlyQuest at this point. Like, I guess there's 2 tier 2s still remaining. I was going to say, like, looking for the pick, but it's, like, so far out on the side that you can't get it. Zeka still has Baron. She'll be bot side, and Quad can't do anything about it.
Because as you say, they thrive so much in these 2v2s and 3v3s on HLE's side. So FlyQuest, they have to overload one side of the map, try to really force, and if they can't get that,
it's just chunking the tower too. Like, what do you do?
And unfortunately for FlyQuest, because they didn't really have, yes, they got the first dragon and they got the
HLE's vision game is like insane too.
So they don't have any pressure or
I really feel like I mean, granted, I don't watch LCK and LPL all that much, but I feel like maybe it's because I'm actually paying attention for once, but like this team's vision game is absurd. They're suffocating in terms of Fog of War.
They are within striking distance in this game. Yes, it is going to be very difficult for them to win the next fight. Yes, HLE is
okay. So let's do a restock though, because the first time I did a stock, we were all at 1 items. Now, Whippo's at 3, which is massive. We're at 2 items on Inspired, which is massive. We're on 3 items for Quad, which is like whatever, because it's Casio, and you don't have boots. We're at two items for Masu, with like a bow. And then we got a Mikhail's on Busio. Oh, shoot. What a... Dude, Masu's cleanses have been insane. Oh, my God. It took too long to get onto Zeka. Oh, and another battle from Busio. Oh, but we got... Okay, Delight's dead. Wow. Wow. Are we going to get a review of that? Or a replay of that? I might rewind if we don't get a replay of that, if you don't mind. I'm going to let it go for a second, though. I hope we get the replay. Wow! That did not seem like it should work. It took so long to get down there. There was so many resources. Oh! No!
I was just about to highlight once again how FlyQuest team fighting is something that Hanwha Life have to respect. They tried to force a
What an insane play from Viper. Okay, hold on. I apologize, but I would like to rewind the past, like... Okay. So you kind of have the collapse from Zeka. You have rest of HLE coming from the top side. Like, can we look for the fight? Can we look for the fight? Amazing cleanse from Masu. Inspired tries to get the hook. Oh, I guess they're kind of just committed at that point. TP comes in. Blippo's just a little bit quicker on the draw. Delight just gets chunked because he's too far in. No one else is able to... Like, HLE... Doran took too long to get in. That's kind of the problem. Doran took too long to hit the TP. Where's Doran at? He's in jungle. Starts TPing. 1, like, 3, 4... Damn, yeah, Doran takes forever. That honestly kind of makes a difference, I think. That's kind of on Doran. Everyone's going. Blippo right onto the Delight. FlyQuest is there, so you kind of get the pick on the... Yeah, okay. And then the other thing is Zeka and Doran are kind of split at this point. Wow. I would say, honestly, that fight is kind of Doran's fault. He took way too long to TP. Left HLE, like, separated a little bit. And FlyQuest got to kind of barrel down with the ARAM style, which is how they want to do it. Okay, so let's see how what happens here. Full health Viper. No summoners from the bot side. Oh, Masu. Wow. What a realization that you can go for that. What a realization that you can go for that. Because the only thing he has cleanse, and the only thing that can interrupt what he's doing is Busio's Q, and he immediately cleanses it. Wow. And that's why Viper's one of the best AD carries in the world, man. That's insane. Just Gigabrain from Viper. Props. That does kind of kill me, though. Like,
finds the angle, gets in, is able to finish off Masu even through that bailout. And Masu quite behind now individually as far as the gold is concerned.
Oh, hey, if I had waited just a little bit, there's the replay. So, yeah, nice cleanse from Masu, nice Q from Inspired. Yeah, Viper has to back way off to avoid. And Viper realizes if he's anywhere nearby, he's just kind of immediately smoked, so he just plays it away. Oh, Blippo, 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 my dude. Oh, huge. Dude, this is what... Okay. Okay. No way, Viper. Viper. Okay. Oh. Okay. And we Baron. Wow. Okay. So Busio, this whole game's like riding on Busio's shoulders at this point, I would say. Like, if you can get certain fights in certain corridors, or okay, if you get certain fights in certain corridors, like, it is just impossible for any HLE to do anything. It's just not possible. Yeah, and Blippo's just... This is just such classic Blippo, man. It just takes forever to die. And then Busio pops around the corner, and then everyone had like you don't even, it's just you don't even have to hit him. It's just such a massive zoning tool, and it buys FlyQuest so much time to like catch up. And it's massive. Whippo doesn't die here, and they all turn on to Viper because Viper tried to have another hero play and actually regrets it this time. I'm not gonna lie, the Casio is not looking too hot in my opinion. Wow, Peanut just kind of throwing it a little bit too. Oh, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is the game that Fly takes. I don't know. I'm kind of getting Damn One Plus vibes though, or Damn One Kia vibes. We have Baron. We have Baron. Our siege sucks though. Our siege is horrible. We're such short range on siege. So we get lanes shoved out. I don't know how you siege though with this comp. I mean, I guess you don't really siege. You go for the dive. You go for the dive and you hope you like just hit a massive ult onto any of the important characters, right? Or important champions. You go for a dive. You hit the dive. You hit the wombo. You hit the wombo combo and you end the game right here. That's what has to happen because I don't think you can siege. I don't think the comp works for sieging. Like this right here, this doesn't work. Okay, Mikhail's. Not a lot of punish back. See, yeah, this is what I'm like. The Baron's kind of getting wasted because you can't siege. So now it kind of turns into a vision game, which is like kind of what you see here. Like FlyQuest is posturing in the bushes, they're putting down wards, they're trying to clear vision out. Like, hey, HLE, come to your jungle. You need to get your jungle camps. Like, we're not in here, we promise.
We talked about how for both sides they're relatively short-range composition, but it's a situation where like you can't, as Master, just walk underneath that tower against a Yone, Sejuani, Rel, right? So if you're just overstacking, you need to be playing through multiple lanes. But again, there is no tier 2 in mid lane, so they only have the
like Quad is 3, 3, and 4, but I don't think he's been relevant this game. Like, I'm sorry, Quad. I don't think the Casio's it. Total gold. I wish there was like a total damage output. That's kind of what I need to see. Again, man, with the vision. The vision is absolutely insane. Delays a little bit. Sterix pops. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Endoran pops him. Wow. Yeah, it's just a vision game, man. Yeah, it's just done. Oh, man. Okay, so it's game 2 that we win then. Oh, man. This was so winnable for Fly. This was so winnable for Fly, man. I don't know. I don't know what FlyQuest is supposed to do, though, because their comp is not made for sieging.
Is that a chip?
Yeah, I understand now why you said I love this game. This game made me think, and it gave me hope just to take it away and crush it. Okay, we don't need to see the replay of the solo kill on Quad. Okay, thank you, Worlds.
Playing in slow motion in a lot of ways, so we will see what the option is.
Yeah, I agree. I think Whippo just has to like take the L there, and then like you hold for a little bit, and then you try and go again. And I think
was dropped for that Casio ban. It's definitely considered
yeah.
to be Whippo's best pick.
It's kind of hard though, because like you have to like think the mentality. Oh, here, let me pause it so I can discuss draft here in a second. But you have to understand the mentality that FlyQuest is in, right? You had like two back-to-back fights where HLE are going for picks because of the vision game that they're playing, right? Like they had one pick onto on the Bwipo. Hold on, I gotta remember properly. No, so okay, the first one was like trying to pick Masu, and he had another Captain Jack cleanse, which that's two this tournament, by the way. Just pointing that out. But they had a nice Captain Jack cleanse, and then the return Q Amumu Q bandage toss onto Zeka, and then you had that fight, right? And so and that fight took forever for FlyQuest to get to. And then they won it, right? Because Busio's in the right spot, he gets the ult off. Viper's zoned out. They get to pick on the Delight, as well as, I think it was Peanut. And then the second one was on the Bwipo on the top side, heading towards Red Buff, and he lives forever. And then, again, FlyQuest shows up, Busio ult comes out, and they get the picks, and then they get Baron, which is huge, right? And then this third one, in the bot side, where Bwipo's at, and Drake, and they play again another vision game, and they start getting the pick on the Bwipo. It's like we've already done this twice, right? Bwipo lives forever. As long as we can get there in time, like we win this fight because Bwipo doesn't die. We get the ult off. They can't fight around it. They're zoned. It's like you can do it again, but eventually, I think what it kind of comes down to is like HLE is going for those picks because the onus is still on FlyQuest to respond, and if they don't do it quick enough, like the game's just over. And that's what finally happened right there. And I don't think FlyQuest was able to realize like we're just slightly too far out of range for this reaction in this particular case. So yes, like the correct call there was to let Bwipo die, but like the mentality wise of like having two back-to-back fights that put you into a winning position off of the exact same like set of chain reactions that had just happened. Like I understand why FlyQuest went for it, right? Yeah. Wow, what a game though. It's not even like a throw or anything either. It's like just the way the comps were drafted and the ways that they were being played out. I think this is like that game is such a great discussion point for FlyQuest to go talk about like how vision games are played. I think you could probably take that to like an actual league class or a comp discussion class and be like, watch how HLE plays their vision game versus FlyQuest. I think there's so much to learn from this game in terms of how the vision was played around. Oh, all right. So this is the game FlyQuest wins then. Looking at draft. Wow, so FlyQuest took red side again. They really want the counter. Okay. And HLE bans the cast. Yeah, like okay, yeah, I'm reading your comment, Lee. So it's kind of neat how they yeah, so why switch it up? Was it Casio really that annoying? I'm trying to think back at the team fights. Was it really that annoying? I would have figured that the Renata was the bigger problem. Why would you ban the Cass? You were dominating in lane. You got a solo kill on him. You had an early kill on him. He was so far down in CS. Is this just HLE being cocky? Or just trying to like throw like FlyQuest off their groove? Man, I don't know. Yeah, agreed, Lee. I think even a Callista ban is fine here if you really want to if you want to B1 the Croc, that's fine, but like oh no, sorry. I had the video paused. I'm sorry. I'm talking I'm talking out loud. Okay. So B1 Croc for HLE. I don't understand the cast ban, but whatever. So Callista for Masu again, which is cool. I'm fine with that.
His teammate also may have but he wasn't.
But he wasn't. The great deception.
Another Ash ban. I guess Viper has a really nasty Ashe. Olaf. Wow. All right. Okay. You know what? It's early enough, and it's a counter to the Renekton. I'm fine with it. That's cool. I'm good with the Olaf. Peanut or no, Viper Ezreal is kind of scary. I know Viper has a pretty mean Ezreal. Zyra. Isn't that like not great into Olaf?
Very different style from what we've seen so far. If you look at the champions played by Peanuts so far in Worlds 2024, it's been 3 Sejuanis, a Maokai, and a Vi. So 4 tanks and a diver.
Okay, Lucio gets his Leona, I assume. Which has been probably his like most comfortable champ this whole Worlds, which, okay, that's fine. All good, all good. I like it.
There's kind of 2 sides to this coin.
What do you ban here for FlyQuest? Braum? No. I like how we banned the Yone this time. Thank you. I love ads. I apologize.
Need inspiration?
Come on.
Fred Meyer. For thousands of appetizing ingredients and meals.
Okay. Hi. I did call the Braum ban. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know how I feel about Braum with Ezreal.
Why couldn't you get here, Ashe? Yeah, exactly. You know, that's why Victor used to be a pretty good things like Olaf, because you put the gravity field between the Olaf who runs through it.
I imagine there's a Lilia ban coming from HLE.
Shoots Olaf, and all right, we've got a 5v4. But we are going to now get into the second half of the draft with the Ezreal being picked for Hanwha alongside the Zyra. The support for FlyQuest this time around will be the Leona to pair with the Kalista. Very tanky, very effective, just throwing her in there to be that disruptor, space creator, lockdown.
All right, what's the last ban? Smolder.
It's FlyQuest getting rid of the hyper
all right.
Smolder, getting rid of the counter engage of the Braum.
Okay.
Hanwha Life are going to take out another one of the
I wonder if there's like a better option, but I mean it's not a terrible ban, I don't think.
Absolutely, and I do think the Smolder is a pretty
Lilia ban?
Because champions like Zyra really do bring some pretty heavy AP threat, so it is something that can enable a very heavily.
Sejuani ban. Okay.
I do think it makes sense from this situation.
Is this a Lilia angle? I think it could be.
And I want to see what FlyQuest is going to do with their final picks here. If they're just going to fully commit to hard dive, obviously, you know, Mumu band, Ivern band, those are the only champions that Inspired has actually played thus far at Worlds.
Yeah.
Oh,
pause. Oh yeah, I'm gonna guess it's a Lilia angle right here. I'm guessing Lilia. No fucking shot! What? He was laughing too. What?
Because normally, if you play against a lot of the Nunu one tricks and stuff in solo queue, they're just non-stop.
Whoa. Okay, hold on. Okay, here's a question. Does Nunu Q completely chomp through Zyra plants? Does it eat it in one bite? This is a game we win with Nunu jungle.
He has not played this at all in the LCS in his time there.
What the? What the? Wow.
We didn't see it in the LCS a single time in the summer. I don't know if you did.
It eats the regular plants. Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm really curious.
Maybe in season 2. Maybe in season.
Also, like, little reminder that I don't know why, but when I'm streaming, there's like a 30-second delay on like what you guys see.
Anyone even played it in a major region in all summer?
It's the guy with one sword.
Wow, Yasuo.
Well, when you can't have 2 swords, what are you gonna go for? You gotta settle.
I thought we were just bantering earlier.
Interesting.
We were having a serious conversation over here, Flowers, and you were just interrupting.
Is this a mid Yasuo?
Okay, so
Or is it a top Yasuo?
remember the snapcast of Keeper's verdict can just knock the target up immediately. So there's your
Oh, we got Hui? Okay.
ulti also setting it up for the
I
last
believe the E also works from Poppy. If you
So Zeka just blinded Yasuo because the Yone's banned. I mean, respect, I guess, but like,
it is a bit disjointed. I do think.
That when I like, maybe I just don't fully understand it.
Wow. Okay.
I mean,
Let's get in the game.
2017. I wonder if if it was old Nunu or new Nunu.
I believe it is new.
In 2017. It's the new.
It's the new.
Because it would have been interesting if it was.
Yeah, I don't know what the Yasuo. I agree, Lee. I don't know what the Yasuo does here.
Either way.
I sat there and said I didn't.
Like, there's no other knockups outside of like, like the only way to get a knockup is Zyra ultimate and Poppy ultimate. You have to have ultimates to get the knockups.
The old Empire strats where they
You have to have ultimates to get the knockups, or like obviously like Zeka's normal like Q or whatever. So
You're like, hey, take that back.
Yeah. It's easy to forget that I'm 31.
You're right, but that's wrong.
God. All right. Well.
yeah, I wish I had a camera. Like you should have seen my face.
Here's a home if you are a world. The winner will qualify for the quarterfinals. The loser.
Oh, Poppy E does count as a knockup, doesn't it? Okay. I get, yeah. So there is another one at least. But it's like single. I don't know. I feel like there's better things that you could have paired with this Yasuo here. I completely agree with you. I don't know what the Yasuo does here outside of having a similar playstyle to Yone, but like I don't know, man. I feel like there's better options. I guess you still want an AD mid of some sort because of the Zyra jungle. But why did you have to go Zyra jungle here? I don't know. It just kind of an odd draft from HLE period. Also, anyway, we get standard lanes this time, which is kind of interesting. So we can really like measure up how the Olaf measures into Doran's Renekton and how Masu and Busio do into one of the best AD carry support duos in the world. So looks like we got early push in the bot side, which is cool. I just hated it. The records are behind this. Yasuo will pop because there's nothing to take the heat off of Yasuo. Yeah, it's just an odd draft. I think it's kind of cocky drafting, if I'm being honest. It's a we're up 1-0 draft, if you will. Okay, I'm very curious to see what Inspired does here. Like what warrants picking Nunu here. I imagine there's some really good lane ganks that can happen.
I mean, still behind, of course, still a camp behind right now. Peanut still showcasing why this champion clears so fast. Already level 4, hovering around the bot side.
Some really good lane ganks.
Inspired, just a single camp behind and very quickly making his way through the croak. Should be able to secure.
But I feel like there's got to be like more to it than that, right?
Busio taking a little bit of damage here. Peanut not wanting to allow that Leona to get away with anything. Showing up in the tri-brush to put a little bit of extra pressure on the bottom lane.
Yep, FlyQuest very clearly aware of the timing at which he would be done that clear, though, and they are able to back off. Obviously, Busio takes a little bit of a chunk for it, but they don't expose themselves to any sort of a gank. And on the top side,
taking that.
Right there you see is
Man, Zeka is just insane. You know, I think any other mid laner than Yasuo there, I think Inspired just lands that, and there's like they're just dead.
It's one of the champions. You know, I talked about it in last game about how Yone is very difficult to punish ever since they actually move these brushes on side of mid lane.
Lee, maybe you would know better than me, but like, what are the weaknesses of Nunu? Because my understanding is like the champion has always been a very fast clear. And I really do think the ganks can be absolutely absurd with the snowball and the speed. So maybe there's something I'm missing. Maybe in late game he just sucks. I guess he doesn't really do much in team fights, right? Man. Still alive? Can you get some lifesteal heal going? Can you get some lifesteal? Didn't matter. Force Dorn's flash, I guess.
So Bwipo does everything right, holding onto his W to provide him with the shield to help him tank the dive that's happening. And then with his Q, he tries to clear out as much of the wave as possible. Notice he wasn't that far off level 5. He thought maybe if you could get that level up, there's opportunities there for him to turn it around. But at the very least, he gets the flash.
He does not have a great build.
Applying the slow from his Q onto the Renekton.
And it's just really well played from HLE. And it's, again, last game to me was very much just about Peanut and Doran and how they played together, utilizing the Sejuani Jax. In this case, Whippo had the early push. And so all Doran does is when the wave bounces, he slow stacks the wave, pushes it slowly towards Whippo. Whippo is not going to be level 6.
I'll be curious to see what Inspired ends up building here then.
Who he can't avoid because he doesn't even have Flash. He's playing Ghost. Flash stun, obviously. In this case, they didn't even need to. But then the Root is going to follow that up from Peanut. And they're able to get an easy kill and create a nice advantage for Doran, who gets a much better buy here. You know, Whippo with no potion, and it is going to be the steel caps over on the other side.
Let's see. Other than that, HLE's bot lane is winning in CS. Top side's winning in CS, although, to be fair, Whippo got ganked. Yeah, HLE's just kind of winning across the board right now. Gank? A gank? A gank? No. Did he know? He knows now. He knows now.
Turns back onto Doran, who, remember, does not have the flash. Inspired being first to this fight means that Doran doesn't want to try to jump on Whippo and burst him down. The problem is
So got one grub.
Zeka that's always able to get that prio. He's kind of continuing to get the individual advantages over Quad in the way that he's trading. And with that prio, he's able to work with Peanut. I mean, the good news from Inspired is he's able to get one. Nunu, he chomps on camps very quickly. And he's able to at least secure for the potential 4 grub buff later.
And Whippo is just honestly getting kind of traded down slowly but surely. And now actually gets interrupted on that recall, which is really bad. The wave is bad for him, and he's down very low. So
just talking about Quad for a second, I kind of hope what happens in the off season is I do want to keep Quad. Just amidst all the possible rumors of buying out JoJo because Andrew Barton and friends and whatnot, yada yada. I actually really hope that we keep Quad, and what I really hope happens is Quad goes back to Korea for the offseason and just grinds his ass off. And then he comes back in NA looking and feeling better than ever. Because I think what's been shown is at this point his only like real lane competition in NA has been JoJo. Getting ganked again. Lifesteal, 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 lifesteal. I don't think it matters. Yep, dead. Okay. Anyway, I really hope that Quad ends up grinding really, really hard and like getting to the level of like JoJo's laning in NA. And then we can just come back into MSI next year and Worlds next year. And because not that Quad's been a liability, but I do think there is a sort of note of like lack of stability in having Quad in the mid lane right now at this Worlds, because he's just not quite on the level of a lot of the other mid laners here, right? He's kind of getting beaten lane a little bit, and he's not like hemorrhaging, right? But he's never finding advantages. He's not finding roam timing, so on and so forth, because he's just trying to survive, and he's doing it well. But if you really want to be the best of the best, you need to not just survive in lane. So I really hope to see Quad go to Korea and boot camp this offseason and really just grind hard and really level up his individual like a mechanical prowess, and we can hit internationals even harder next year.
Setting up 2 kills. I'll take the 2 kills every day of the week. Peanut having an awesome showing early on here in the first.
It sucks that we don't really have like a good grindstone for mid laners in NA.
Completely out of the game, just 8 minutes in. Now we've got problems. 2 minutes from now, second set of grubs is spawning, and it's already a 2-1 lead for HLE with that first set. You're also going to have the Rift Herald showing up. What happens if Renekton is there on a full item power spike? Absolutely running away from the game, and Olaf's still struggling.
Come on. He plays like he starts the game with Sterix. That's actually so good. Completely true, though. Completely true. Yeah, if Riot ever implements Sterix at like level 2 or something, oh man, it's so over for everyone else. Okay. Okay. There's the lane ganks, man. That's a Nunu gank, man.
Yeah, that is actually really important. There is a TP on Doran, so we won't lose too much. But credit to FlyQuest on the timers there.
I'm kind of surprised. Could he have Could Doran have flashed? He was just out of flash range, man.
looking to bring him back into this one.
Yeah, that is actually really important. There is a TP on Doran, so he won't lose too much.
Okay, that was actually really, really important, though. It helps get Whippo back in the game. That's actually really, really important. So great gate from Inspired. 12 CS down in the bot lane, 9 CS down in the mid lane, fair amount of CS down in jungle.
Some semblance of quality back into this game here for Whippo.
I mean, it was, as you already said, crucial. Gives him a nice base, gets a little bit more gold, and he's actually making his way towards the bot side of the map right now. As a swap seems to have come through as Busio and Masu grab a clock, as you rightly said.
But now the thing is, Whippo does not have an ult, he does not have a ghost, and Doran has his flash and his ulti both ready for this grub spawn.
Yeah, it does feel like Sterix is a little too prevalent right now. Or and part of that maybe I just am a little biased because I watch Whippo play more than anyone else, but I feel like Whippo just buys it a ton. Maybe everyone else is also buying it a ton. Oh, snowball too big, man. Snowball too big.
Yeah, and I think honestly he just didn't want to chase that far. You know, I think he is just kind of canceling it out basically when
So we're gonna go 5-1 in grubs.
They went for the dive. Just knows there's not really an angle for the grubs when Whippo can't really respond.
Uh-oh. Speaking of not being able to respond, Doran going all the way in here for the slice.
Ooh, turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it. Oh, you can't turn it.
Doran getting a solo kill now.
Dang, man.
Doesn't even need Peanut anymore. The Croc is all grown up and getting it done.
I mean, you want to talk about timing. 2 seconds until Whippo's ultimate was about to come back up, and Doran, a crucial solo kill for him as he reasserts dominance over the top lane matchup.
And once again, it's Peanut just playing between the towers here, making it annoying. In this case, yeah, Moss to the tower, but you still lost 2 or 3 minions there. These little incremental advantages that he's helping for his team to grow. And they have those 5 grubs. They have a 3,000 gold advantage.
I kind of, yeah, I don't know. It's stuff like that where it's like, I feel like you just don't ever see that in LCS. You just don't see, like, players realize, like, oh yeah, I have a kill angle here. Ooh, very nice ult from Busio.
Viper gets away, both summoner spells spent on that one. Flash, shielded Daybreak from Busio to try to lock up Peanut.
Oh, we scrapping. We're scrapping.
Reinforcements from HLE. Busio stuck in the middle of 4 players, and he ain't gonna get away from this.
1 for 1. Masu's out. Okay.
Flash from the Callista keeps him alive.
A very forced play there from FlyQuest. You can see that once
A lot of summoners blown on the side of HLE.
Still wanted to chase for it, and Zeka TPing in response, noticing the
Inspired using this time to start the Drake stacking.
1 for 1, and HLE don't really convert it into much as FlyQuest start off the dragon.
Yeah, honestly, at the end of the day, I still think it's very positive for FlyQuest. You went 1 for 1 when you're heavily down in gold. You got the TP off Zeka. You got Flash off Peanut. You got both summoners off of Viper.
You can finish this Drake, right? Okay. So please don't get pushed off somehow.
But still, overall, I think it's a pretty positive play, and they're going to need to make these incremental, advantages and find these windows where they can make something happen. This is a very preemptive flash.
This is a straight up 2v2 fight start.
Would interrupt the play, and with the
wow.
Actually do that, he wouldn't have needed to use it whatsoever when the cleanses.
Honestly, like, great call from Busio. Busio forced 3 summoners there. And then Zeka comes in and just completely punishes. Honestly, though, like, the play didn't work out super well, but like that was good from Busio. I'm glad to see that. That was awesome.
And crucially, Quad was able to pick up a plate on the bot side of the map. So you notice that mid lane gold discrepancy now barely anything after he completes his first item of the game.
All right, I'm kind of wanting to see what this inspired Nunu build is.
5 grubs to 1 favoring HLE, 2 drakes to nothing favoring FlyQuest. Cloud Soul not quite as potent as some other ones could be, but on a champion like
Busio. 2v1
here in the bottom lane, spiraling despair connects onto Doran. Do they have enough damage?
Can we get him? Can we get him?
Busio and Quad's already used most of his spells. Severing bolts doesn't hit the target, and Doran lives.
I mean, we just burned ults, so that's fine. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Dude, Zeka is crazy.
Done by Zeka there, bought so much time dashing back and forth, creating space.
Zeka is crazy, man. I mean, granted, I understand it's also just a champ that makes it look insane, but like, you still have to be able to execute it, and that's just... Wild.
Ultimately, the
Yo?
problem is-
Yo?
This time on mid lane.
Hell yeah, boys!
Shot to pieces with
Let's go! Great pick on the Viper. Dude, okay, Busio? I don't know who's making the call there, Masu or Busio, but I feel like the past, like, 5 minutes has been awesome from Busio. Busio's been rocking it for the past 5 minutes. Can you get him? Can you get him? Can you get him?
Zeka could be in some danger here, but he might just
Can you
try
get
to
him?
turn it around back onto Bwipo with a redemption coming in though. Bwipo will stay alive.
Okay.
Shut down this
Cool.
time. Goes over to Quad.
So the problem I
And
have
just like that, we're, like, back to under only 1 kill under.
plays on the map, and by making a play both bot and top, it was going to be difficult to respond to the response from HLE, who were able to find that kill. The good news for FlyQuest is they find another kill top, but by investing through...
Yeah, I think I really want to give a lot of credit to Busio in the past, like, 5 minutes. He's been really putting himself on the map and, like, really trying to make, like, trying to make plays and trying to do a lot of, just trying to make agency for FlyQuest on the map. Like, it's awesome.
Find the angle that Inspired wants.
You can get rooted by E.
Doran's trying to
Yo!
That is not how it's going to work. Nunu shield to keep himself alive against some of Doran's burst.
I completely forgot that Nunu has a root.
Wastes a very critical summoner spell in the process.
That is one of those advantages of playing a champion that people haven't seen in a while in action. He clearly
Wow.
doesn't know how Nunu works. When you spam out that E, you get a root. That's always going to stop the TP. There's no...
I completely forgot that Nunu has a root on a Z.
teleport.
I guess Dorn didn't remember it either.
explanation, right?
Cool! Alright!
Happens, I guess.
Nunu paying off! You love to see it.
See, as not only do they get the kill, they make him waste his teleport. And FlyQuest are slowly closing the gold gap. It was an over 3,000 gold lead like 6 minutes ago, which is much more important than it is at this point in the game. And FlyQuest are the ones
Alright.
the extra dragons here, and I think a composition that is amazing with Cloud Soul.
It's
So we got Drake in a minute. HLE's clearing out the Dragon Pit, kind of setting up Vision, as normal.
that play in bots.
I think we need to continue to stack Drakes. It's extremely important.
So even though they've unlocked all these towers, they can't like extend that advantage any further. 'cause
So I
they're
would
deep,
say...
and the waves are in a fine spot for FlyQuest. So an
I mean,
uncontested
Bwipo
punish.
has TP, so you can leave him top side. I'm kind of surprised everyone's leaning top.
Bwipo, because that tower is easy pickings for FlyQuest that they should set their sights on.
I guess maybe it's just too telegraphed.
Still does favor HLE more in this second game than it did at the same time in game number 1. Remember back in game number 1 when we were at a similar point.
I don't...
Praising like, hey,
Were they just trying to buy room for Bwipo to, like, get the wave shoved in?
down 1,000
I guess.
feels pretty good.
I just don't know why, like, you have to lean so heavily topside.
It's still 2,500 gold that they are behind. I feel like if they want to feel good about
Bwipo's teleporting bot, catching the wave there, and then I guess Fly just moves into River.
In Masu, in quad, these carries. Masu has been having a really good world so far. Has been standing out. You know, these are his stats so far at Swiss stage. And this is a player who, you know, went from amateur to...
Dang, Masu has some really good stats for Worlds.
And is really standing out.
My boy.
Zeka on top side,
I'm so proud.
giving the dragons a FlyQuest and secure it.
Oh boy, here we go.
His teleport, and it looks like HLE are calling to use it. Busio eating a couple of shots here as FlyQuest is looking to
Nunu
DPS
Kalista.
the Drake down. They've got
Yeah, it's like impossible to do like a
but they immediately
steal.
get rid of the Nunu.
I say that! Oh my...
Goes in the middle of everybody, but he's already going to be killed. They're trying to turn it back on the door on a fly. It ain't gonna work. He survives the spiraling despair, and now Zeka's into the back line here as well, but he might just get killed. Quad
Okay, we won the fight. We won the
Taken
fight.
away, but Masu is putting him like a pin cushion down here in the bottom lane.
We win the fight.
Quad ends up
Okay,
taking the
okay.
kill, and FlyQuest, they-
I jinxed that so hard, man. Oh my god.
Just because of the poppy,
Oh, I jinxed that so hard.
the Nunu
Oh, it's practically impossible to steal from Nunu Callista.
But then HLE
Fucking
just
stupid idiot.
things start to fall apart.
Fucking dumb.
You know, they do go
Oh my god. Literally like 2 seconds before I said it, and then
and the rend from three.
frickin'
That should be
Peanut steals the damn Drake.
We're back to another fight. Peanut's caught.
Peanut on this Zyra has his flash, but it's the only escape mechanism available, and it looks like FlyQuest is ready to collect.
Pop.
Peanut knows
Okay.
there's no point in even wasting the summoner spell there.
FlyQuest are really finding their opportunities. They're not just rolling over. They're playing to their comps win conditions here. And honestly,
Alright,
if they
can we
go
keep finding picks?
Dragon, you would start getting really nervous for them.
I will also say that the standards with which I hold HLE
I'll be honest, I didn't even really watch Yasuo that fight. I was too busy laughing at myself.
has been very promising. This mid game, similar to
I'll take your word for it, though. He probably did just ult in and die.
and this is not something I typically associate with HLE. team fighting, however, can't afford to be underestimated. As
Oh.
Lock up there with a solar flare from Busio, but the light can still get himself away. Yes,
That was an interesting cleanse from Viper. I don't even think that did anything.
But still, that's cleanse, that's flash off of Viper. FlyQuest constantly taxing these resources here from HLE, not making their jump.
Oh, I just realized. It's okay, so it's Redemption Nunu. He's still kind of building it like Ivern a little bit. Like, he's still got the Bambis for the help on, like, clear, and that's about it. I wonder what else he builds.
So much faith in these carries, and you can see in the win probability powered by AWS getting a lot closer to parity here. Jumped up to a very heavily HLE favored game, but they are threatening this Baron. And this is Zyra. You can rush this.
Yeah, this is such a good.
You can rush this, but can you deal with the Nunu snowball? Oh, I didn't hit anything. Dude, I've just got to stop talking, man. I got to stop talking. Oh, shit. Oh, Masu. What? Ho, 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 ho. Oh, but we take Baron? Wow. And we just run him down. And we just run him down. Wow. Okay, please. I need a replay of that. Like Mossy was just suddenly in the center of everything.
Exactly, it's just so smart from Inspired. You try to rush that in front of the Nunu's face, he just doesn't let you leech it, and now they're going for Zeka.
Busio wants in, they knock Zeka up into the air, but the wind wall is doing a ton of heavy lifting, keeping the Yasuo alive. Busio has gone in too far, spiraling despair is there.
Do we dive too far?
And Doran now chases
wow.
after Quad. Inspired needs to get the hell out of town.
Okay.
As FlyQuest overplay their hand a little bit here.
Okay, so what happens here? Nunu's trying to go in.
Exactly, just a heads up play here from Inspired. They use the Zyra ulti
What?
to burn this down.
What does the snowball hit? Does it hit the wall? And it just, or does it just pop early?
Exactly, just a heads up play here from
Huh.
Inspired. They use
Okay.
the Zyra ulti to try
So
to burn
Masu's
this
there,
down.
Masu's there.
Get to leash it. I just need to get this thing down about
Oh,
3K.
Dorn just completely walks around. Oh, and then the, wow.
Zeka gets in onto that Kalista. Burst actually finished it off.
Does Fly, I would be very curious. I would be very curious. Does Masu have vision here? Is there a ward down there? Hold on, let me. I don't think there's a ward down there. So I don't know how this wall works exactly, but I really do genuinely wonder because there's no FlyQuest people here. I mean, obviously you can see like they all went out, right? Like Inspired's vision, but Inspired's vision probably ends like right around here. You see them all go out. Yeah, there's no way, man. I don't think Masu has vision here. That's why he gets hit. What a crazy wall fog of war. I'm assuming here. I have no idea. I'd love to see Fly's vision on this. I don't think Masu has vision.
I just need to get this thing down to about 3K and I can actually finish it off. So Whippo helps focus it.
Yeah, I don't think he had vision whatsoever. But yeah, then Inspired just walks in. Just Q smites it away. Like, alright. Sabusi's in there.
Over the wall is just shredding them with the AoE. Gets so many members down low.
Yeah, and Quad's doing work. Quad had a nice combo there. And then at this point, everyone's kind of chunked because everyone's grouped together off of Quad. And Whippo just gets to run him down. Okay.
They were saying, get the Baron, get out. And Inspired paths towards the wall, but I swear it was a con from Whippo that said, no, we can fight. He hesitates, and then they turn back and for the re-engage, and you can see why Whippo had that confidence.
Wow, we're up in gold. We're up in gold. Oh, snowball.
Look at how hard this game was for how it started out. He's actually up in gold now after getting dove 2 times early on a champion that generally needs to play from ahead. He has found ways to be effective, found ways to get gold, and found ways to...
Alright, how does the siege work on this? I mean, I don't think you siege. Oh my god. Holy sh... You don't have to siege, you just fucking run at him, man.
It's Whippo on the flank after he forced Peanut's flash over by the Baron. They get in on
You
the
just
top,
freaking
and
run
they
at
also
him.
bring Bolt from Quad as well to get the extra damage to finish him off. And they're going to have Prio on this dragon. They're going to be moving to Soul Point here with the Cloud Soul, with this team that heavily relies on movement It's going to be strong.
Whippo is a talented man, but I did not know that he was such a proficient gardener. The way that he just cut through that Zyra.
All right, soul point.
Seamless as they get themselves their third dragon off the game.
That was Whippo's stats in game number 1. Despite the fact that it ended in a FlyQuest loss, despite the fact that Whippo getting caught at that Gromp at the end did end in tragedy, here in game number 2, Azael, I think you're putting it perfectly. The early game was the nightmare situation for a top laner.
I'm wondering who got player of the game for this. And obviously there's still more gameplay to happen, but I would be...
And I think what's crucial is the differences between...
I mean, call me crazy here, but I'm almost like leaning Busio a little bit for some of what he was doing in the early game. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. Right now, I think I'm leaning Busio.
Tools to take control of space. They have the ability to force their way in, and a lot of that comes off the back of this Nunu. Because you just start the snowball, you throw it down a lane, and immediately Hanwha Life always has to respect it.
And I have to give a lot of credit to how Inspired and Busio are playing as a duo. I feel like they're really taxing the summoners here, pushing forward by finding opportunities to really threaten these carries on the HLE side. And
Yeah, and this Yasuo, man, I don't like this Yasuo does nothing for HLE at this point. Like, it's so hard to get a multi-man knockup, so you're not getting any massive wombos on it. Yeah, it's just an odd pick, man.
I mean, look at how speedy Inspired is already. This man is rolling his way across the rift. Doran will use the control ward, but they set the soul ball on the Viper.
Oh, he hit him. Ooh. Immediate cleanse, though. Okay.
Inspired walks back away, but they still get the cleanse thanks to the solar flare. Although Viper was safe, he was still worried enough about this engage that he used the summoner.
You'll notice though that FlyQuest, they're still overstacking on the top side of the map. HLE are doing a good job.
You gotta wave stacking for HLE on the bot side though. That's gonna have to get responded to here soon.
So FlyQuest are just constantly looking for opportunities with the snowball. Whippo.
Whippo's still looking.
Here, getting a little bit of vengeance for the early game, but Viper is ready to back up his top laner. FlyQuest contesting for the enemy blue buff. There is vision inside this blue buff brush. Two-shot barrage shot out, but it ain't gonna matter. Blue secured there for FlyQuest.
And lock it. Yeah, this is like a straight up Ivern build for Nunu.
We don't want to see FlyQuest make the same mistake.
It's just it's a support build.
They failed the siege.
It's just like right up Inspired's alley for like how he wants to play Ivern.
You can already see it. Peanut.
It's the Ivern without the Ivern.
Moves out onto the map, getting vision control. He's using the window and timing that he has to get information and gather opportunities. And that was how FlyQuest got punished in the previous game. So now
I mean, it kind of makes sense. So you have this is a triple carry comp between the Olaf, the Hui, and the Callista. So yeah, totally, man. Just build cheap support items that kind of get you a little bit tankier, little by little, and let it rip. It works.
Building for this style to really just enable their carries to try to stop that.
Yeah, honestly, I see what you mean, Lee, because like the tank doesn't really do much because you're still not doing any damage, and you can't really go AP because you just get popped like a balloon. So you may as well just play like a support, but like in the jungle.
3, 0, and 5. 2 items fully completed with the Luden's Companion and the Horizon Focus. As the pieces of the next item, still just trying to combine that.
The question is, like, so what happens here? You fight around Baron again, and you hope for another fight?
Cloud Soul for this FlyQuest comp. When you have Olaf with Cloud Soul, he is just a ballistic missile in the fight.
And Quad just finished his 3rd item here, so he is ahead of.
How many games did HLE drop in summer? LCK.
Viper doesn't have his 3rd item yet either.
If we're talking about items, we're talking about money. We should be talking about a 1.
Because I think Gen G dropped like what, 4 the whole split?
Recovery from the early game, we already touched on it, but it feels like it just keeps growing here.
Well, not for the whole. Well, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I'll check it here in a little bit.
Hold on now. Inspired, eating a little bit of damage here, but they're going to stun up Doran instead. Spiraling despair. The Sterix gauge.
Doran's Sterix gauge is not nearly as good as Whippo's Sterix gauge, I'd say.
The rest of HLE still has all of their resources, though. Keep it in mind. Looks like they're not going to fight for it. Zeka,
Nice little pick. Baron.
They're going to try to play for the bot lane tier 2 and try to set up for this dragon because they know they can't give souls. So they're trying to play for the tier 2s. They're pushing up, they're pushing up bot. They're trying to get vision here to try to play to deny soul. They know if they give up soul from this spot.
Double turrets for HLE. That's a. Okay.
there with 2 tier 2s being knocked
Oh, can you hit him? Can you hit him? He got him. He got him. Can you get the root? Can you get the root? Root. Oh, he had a flash.
forcing their mid laner as FlyQuest cannot get the pick in time.
Whippo is still threatening. Someone's got to go and answer him, and it can only really
Oh,
be
ow, I didn't even look at Blippo.
But he's going to be late to the play. He can't use his TP, so the tier 2 tower is gone. Whippo can base.
Nice trade back.
And look for Soul here.
HLE though, they're going to start up the Drake. They want to force this down before FlyQuest is able to.
Oh, he got his item too.
Stepping up, Whippo coming in right behind him here with the TP. HLE.
And HLE just gives it? You're going to give an Olaf, Nunu, and Leona Cloud Soul. Oh, man. Oh, man. Part of me really, really wishes that I hadn't checked the scoreline. I wish I hadn't checked the scoreline. Because I would have had so much hope right now, not knowing. Like, the excitement would have been just, like, absolutely flowing. I mean, I am still excited, right? I'm extremely happy that the guys managed to pull this game off. But, man, if I didn't know, oh. The adrenaline would be pumping.
This momentum up, if they can keep this late game feeling clean. It's almost 30 minutes on the clock. They've got the Soul, they've got the Baron. Solar Flare isn't going to find anything, but it will create some space.
You get the dive? Can you get the dive? Turret's down. Oh, Masu got knocked out. That's not good, but Olaf's going ham in the background. He's hitting Viper. He's slamming. He's slapping. He didn't get him. He didn't get him. Oh, Whippo, my dude. You. You got him? Okay. He almost got out. Oh, man. I'm not going to lie. This fight was kind of played sloppily. Whippo didn't finish Viper off, turned around, and then still tried to commit for him. And he should, like, the moment he turned, like, he did that little, like, turn back. And he was like, oh, he's still alive. And he tried to turn back again. Like, you already missed out at that point. You just got to go.
Take those opportunities.
And if it weren't for a couple of key plays here, the rejection on Masu, knocking him out of the fight was absolutely massive from Delight. And also, Whippo just barely cannot actually finish off the Ezreal. So if Masu doesn't get knocked out of the fight, if Viper dies, this
boom, boom, boom. He's hitting, he's smacking, and
he thought he had the kill there,
yeah, that was really bad from Whippo.
Executed on the play, overestimated his damage, thought Viper was dead on that last E, doesn't get him.
If that axe hits Viper and he can't go back and heal, come back and contribute to the fight here, it might just be the end of the game.
Yep, scratch your head there a little bit. Yep, shake it out, shake it out.
Got to keep his head on straight. The game goes on. FlyQuest still up a little.
Shake it out.
2.5 minutes till Baron, 3.5 minutes till Elder.
Fucking ads, man.
With an online commercial auto quote. To-do list is big enough.
Open your world to fresh possibilities with Pacific Foods. More bold, bright flavors.
All right. Let's wrap this up.
Huge for not just FlyQuest, but also for North America to put the pressure against the first seed from the LCK. Expectations were, I mean, like, you told the story at the very start of the series.
When's the last time, if ever, that North America has taken a game off the #1 Korean seed?
And then all of a sudden, no, back to bridesmaids.
2016 CLG? Is that the only time?
Those were the stronger perceived teams. And then FlyQuest coming into this, we all agreed. Expectations clear.
Right?
Hanwha Life should be clear favorites.
Trying to think.
SK first seed, and like this should be a walk in the park for them. So the
I guess
FlyQuest are competing.
EG took a game off of T1 and MSI.
Rolling in with a snowball here, but not a whole lot to find.
Nice combo though. Snowball into the severing bolt, chunks out Viper quite a bit, and they're gonna threaten here.
Oh, crap. Okay, the light's dead.
For FlyQuest, 5v4. Now for the next 40 seconds, they're going to continue to push under the tier 3 turret. Stranglethorns used to
Ooh, massive Stranglethorns from Peanut.
Still trying to get away back to the wall as the Ragnarocking Whippo zones everybody else.
He's still tanking it, Whippo.
About this one, he's tanking a lot of damage here from the tier 3 turret. FlyQuest needs another wave as HLE hold on.
And they're just trying to force mid because there's the super minions coming in through bot, so they're trying to draw HLE back towards the mid lane here, but they get a little bit too low. Whippo obviously not playing Flash, so Peanut can just utilize that base gate and just walk to the left, walk to the right there, forces Bwipo in a position where he knows, okay, I gotta back off. I can't actually get this kill.
I admire the amount of respect the FlyQuest is showing because they should be in a position to really steamroll, but HLE have demonstrated the individual
Kind of taking a while to
and their ability to outplay
end this, I would say.
So even though they had a numbers advantage, they used a lot of their tools to get that initial kill, and they wisely said, let's not overforce, let's reset. Baron is in 45 seconds. That's the easier objective for us to play for, so let's play for that instead.
Exactly, and when you talk about move speed, you talk about the advantage that Cloud Soul gives you. Playing a fight in an open map, it is way more powerful than when you're fighting your opponents by their base, by the base gates. So FlyQuest, no, we have Nunu, we have Kalista, we have the advantage on the secure, and we have the soul to chase you down if you overstep. So it's not a bad decision here to just back up if it's not a guaranteed win by the base and play towards these objectives. Try to get Baron, try to play towards Elder, and utilize these super buffs to close the game.
FlyQuest now marching up towards the Baron pit. 10 seconds on that timer. Elder about 60 seconds away. HLE moving up as a 4-man unit. Zeka.
All right, so we take Baron here, and we just end the game. That's what happens. That's my prediction.
FlyQuest got the Baron down to about half, and the TP's coming in from Zeka. There's a lot of spears from Kalista in this Baron right now, with Kalista and Inspired together.
Hold the line, Lucio. Yep, there it is. And there goes, holy shit, Bwipo. The Cloud Drake is insane.
Single ejection, as now Doran is already down. Masu's grabbing the first kill. FlyQuest is ready to keep going. Bucio's got a lockup.
Oh.
Going to be killed there by the True Shot Barrage. A 1-for-1 trade as FlyQuest claims the Baron.
Okay, we got Baron. Dorn's dead. Man, it is crazy. Like, just Korean teams understand, like, how to mitigate teamfight damage. I feel like a lot of North American teams do not know how to mitigate teamfight damage. And what I mean by that is just like realizing like the flow of the fight and realizing like, hey, we just as a group need to move back or we need to move forward or wherever we need to go.
Joining. You gotta be careful if you're on HLE. Zeka's here on the front line, but a beautiful True Shot Barrage. Quad's gonna be taken down.
Zeka's dead. And there it is. Is the game done? Oh, Viper's still alive. Viper's still alive. I don't think he won.
Him against Basu and Inspired. But the Nunu and Kalista together will secure the Elder Dragon. Doran responds, but he has to defend the base.
And now they can try to look to push here. They have the extra man.
Dude, this game is insane.
They're looking to see if they can actually catch Viper, but they're not going to be able to do it. So it is just the objective and a reset here for FlyQuest.
The fights are absolutely crazy. I'm genuinely impressed with how Hanwha Life keep these fights so close when they should be so far behind. But ultimately, it is the Elder secured for FlyQuest.
Yeah, I don't know. You replicate that exact same fight versus like, I don't know, even say like Dignitas, right? Like not even that team like Immortals or Shopify this past year, but like against the Dignitas team who was like 4th or 5th. Like FlyQuest like just smurfs this fight like 5-0 and it's just done. But instead it's just like HLE's managing to like just whittle FlyQuest down the whole way. It's just like you will have to work for it. It's just so crazy. Blue jumping up and down.
FlyQuest have all of the tools that they need to get a big win against Hanwha Life.
It's a minute-and-a-half window here. They've got to get something done now. Only 45 seconds on the Baron, a minute-and-a-half on the Elder. If the Baron expires, HLE can just go into wave clear mode and let the Elder expire too.
All right, you got to end here, Fly. Like I know they end here, but it's like you really have to end here. Because I don't think if you don't do it here, I think HLE finds a way back in the game at this point.
Inhibitor exposed, but respawned now for HLE. FlyQuest ahead by about 7,000 gold, but really it's all just about execution now if they want to try to force a fight. Inspired, rolling in with a snowball. Baron's got 10 seconds left on it. FlyQuest knows if they want to
Take
try
the
to
turret,
it's got to be now.
take the inhib.
The top lane, tier 3 turret is
You
down.
rotate it into turret.
Towards the Nexus turrets of HLE. Inspired throws a snowball, but he doesn't want to overcommit here just yet. Elder is still
Oh, we're just going for it. We're just going for it. Elder Drake. And there it is. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Zeka will not survive a double kill back over the quad. Nexus turret still standing.
I love it. You just love to see it, man. You just love to see it.
They've still got everybody. It's only Viper to try to defend here at just a barely hanging on second Nexus turret. That one's already down. Nexus turret number 2. It's on its way into the rubble pit as well. FlyQuest defying expectations.
You just love to see it.
To game 3.
Okay. So I know we lose the next game. I don't know what happens in it or anything, but no matter what, you took a game off of Korea's #1 seed. Like, I will be very, very sad if at this point, like, say if we draw BLG, man, and then we lose that for whatever reason, like, I'll be so sad. But I think no matter what at this point, I think the threshold has been reached for me that I can say that I'm proud of this performance. They have surpassed my expectations for what I thought this Worlds would be. Because my initial expectations were just make it to 2-2 to the 2-2 stage, right? Like I don't think I even had them getting out. I thought they'd probably lose in this 2-2 stage. So the fact that they get to the 2 stage already met my expectations then, and I'm just so proud of the team. I'm just so happy for them. It's so awesome. Really doing NA proud too with the win over HLE here. It's gonna be heartbreaking if this game's like super close. Here, what are the comments saying?
Against the first seed of the LCK, and they beat them with Nunu. Did you think you were ever going to?
Game 3 is okay to watch, but I'm going to cringe a lot. That's not reassuring.
It's crazy. I would argue that this one would be more impressive, and I think you would agree. I know you can't help bringing it up, but this is crazy.
I mean, listen, especially.
I'm just listening to the commentators for a second.
Most unserious, serious team that I've seen maybe ever, because, like, Nunu aside, Whippo was in a hole that game. He got 2v1 dove at level 5. He got killed again later in the game, and then he was the first one to level 18. It doesn't actually make like that much sense, but the way that Emily and I were talking
all right, let's do it. Let's get into draft.
Play side lanes and get.
Ban was dropped, so
all right.
out the Kalista, that
Red side again. All right, so we just stayed the whole same side the whole series. Aurora, Yone, good and good. Ivern, Renekton, Kalista. Okay, see that right there? That's telling me HLE's locked in. That's HLE being locked in, man.
They early picked Zyra, then they picked Ezreal, but then they allowed that ball to be pinched in mid, forcing him.
So what do you take here? What do you prioritize?
Instead, which resulted in them having a bit of a disjointed comp. Where if they'd had a Smolder, I think that comp would have made a little bit more sense. This time though, I'm expecting a higher priority on that.
Skarner B1.
Yeah, Skarner
okay.
First pick. It'll be really interesting, right? Because as you say, you know, they didn't
interesting.
It, and then FlyQuest just banned it, right? So they're obviously pinching that pool. And this is a discussion we just kind of started to have before it came back to us. But you know, the question about what is Zeka going to move towards when some of the primary champions that he likes to play are banned out. Obviously,
don't know what you want to go. Oh, Ashe.
Away from that reputation of being a melee.
Because you want to deny? No. Okay, so you go Kai'Sa.
But those are not nearly as viable now on this patch as they
you actually lock in the Kai'Sa this early?
Just going towards melee style champions. Yone is the clear S tier, and the question is,
I mean, I guess he's just been so good on Kai'Sa, so I guess it's understandable.
Going to be enough to get you across the finish.
It's kind of it kind of makes me nervous that Ashe was banned multiple times this series, or actually back to back, I should say, not multiple times. You know what I mean? But the fact that it's banned back to back and then you leave it open. A Vi? Why are we locking Vi this early, man? That's too telegraphed.
Right here at the very start.
Oh, this could just be Zyra Rakan, honestly. The Lights Rakan is absolutely insane. I would be pretty terrified, even just after.
Oh, no.
Response, because FlyQuest are already showing that pretty heavy commitment to dive.
Yeah, man.
Full AP build, and
you way too telegraphed.
We're gonna play poke. But it is very tough to be able to dive in onto.
What happened to Inspired's Lilia, man? I thought this thing was a monster. Is Lilia like nerfed? Does anyone know?
But it is instead looking like they might go towards a melee pick, and it is going to be a Sylas, so it is going to be another one of these melee style champions. And I wonder, could we just be getting Quad going back to the Cassio and trying to play one of these aggressive matchups into a melee champion?
Okay, so remember back
Okay,
4 years ago,
so they don't pick the Rakan.
won his world championship.
Do you take the Rakan here?
Being flexed. The left bicep was Silas, the right was Akali. These were the champions that he earned.
I would almost take Rakan here. Well, actually, Rakan's kind of bad into the Silas now. We're going to Cassio again, too?
Quad is saying, okay, Cassio's the call.
Yeah, and Cassio, obviously a solid ultimate to steal there, but it's not like these are the best ultimates ever. Killer Instinct, not that useful. Vi is kind of so-so. The Cassio ult is kind of so-so. There's not any of those S tiers for him to take away. So as long as FlyQuest aren't just randomly drafting, you know, Naramumu, these kind of champions that are giving you that really powerful ults, I actually feel like Silas can struggle in these situations. So Zeka definitely defaulting to comfort, but the question is, does this actually fit well in the context of the draft?
Well, if we're talking about things that fit into the draft, you guys were talking earlier about Xayah Rakan. Rakan, the first ban for FlyQuest. I think that's exactly the right choice. Keep that away from Delight. Keep that duo from the Xayah. And immediately, Hanwha Light paying some respect towards Whippo's Olaf. Even though they set it behind so massively last game, it still showed up huge.
And I think that was so impressive from Whippo to be able to battle back and make something happen on that. But I do kind of wonder, you know, why you wouldn't have just gone...
Sorry, I'm getting text.
Not been prioritized or banned at all in this series. You probably could have just gotten that later in the draft. So I do think, you know, it is worth questioning.
Okay.
Why not just go support on 3, get this incredibly powerful duo?
Yeah, okay, so the Rakan and Alistar ban. The Rakan makes sense because you don't want to pair it with the Xayah. Rel, I think,
I mean, what do you even bring?
is fine.
Maybe Braum?
Yeah, I think they'll go with defensive champion. I think it'll be Braum.
Rel's fine.
Possibility is like,
Dude, the
I mean, you could go to
R2 and R3 are actually kind of gross. What the hell was the thought process behind this?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, they banned the Leona away themselves.
I'm like really not trying to be biased because I know we lose this game, but
we'll
like,
see where he wants to go. I mean, you can still go just to
what is the Vi and Cassio doing here, man?
Outplay the miasma. I'm not going to really have to worry about that.
Poppy
obviously was pretty effective last time.
It's also
and there
good
is,
into
you know,
Vi.
Rel, Vi of
I think this was also the end.
really as far as like of kind of the
And Gnar.
standard things that are, and I do think it makes a lot of
And
sense.
Sion.
It's just a really beefy champion that can kind of get in the face of the Xayah, of the Silas, and really make their job difficult. And
don't really like this.
Important things to take into consideration.
This puts a lot of pressure on Quad and Masu. And I'm gonna be honest, Quad's Cassio has not been it this Worlds. Like I know, so on and so forth. Like it's proficient champion, like it's his favorite champion. He's very good at it and whatnot. But I don't think it's it, to be honest. And so, I mean, I'll see how he does in lane this time against Zeka. Well, actually, this will be a very interesting comparison point because the last time the Cassio was played that wasn't in this series was versus Showmaker's Silas, if I remember right. No, that was Syndra. He was playing Syndra. Never mind. Ignore that. Sorry. Either way, the point still stands. It's just like we'll see how this goes in lane.
With the Sion that's just kind of creating space and making it so the Xayah can't really easily...
But I highly prefer HLE's draft. You know what? Fine, whatever we can get. One last ad break in.
One of the best ways to deal with that is, okay, kill me, I'm still gonna farm, right? Sion
Okay.
is such an effective lane swap champion. This screams to me that FlyQuest is once again gonna look for a lane swap in the
So,
early phase.
I have to go pick up my wife from the airport in about an hour and 20 minutes. Is this game about the 30-minute mark, or is it a long game?
This is just absolute comfort for Whippo. He has not been playing a lot this split in the LCS, but if you've been watching his stream, watching his champions queue, he's been spamming a lot of Sion. He loves going these more kind of bruiser aggressive builds with things like Sterix and sometimes even Titanic he'll go towards. We also saw him play it in their first game of Worlds against Gam, where he dominated. He was, you know, very, very effective in that one.
And if you guys are talking about, you know, if you're this FlyQuest comp, you don't have to play the dive, you can play for counter engage. Sion, I feel like, can be a very effective champion at that, because not only are you the brick wall, but once they finally punch through you, they have to disengage again just to get away from the dead body because it's so powerful.
Exactly. I mean, it's really tough, right? Because when you're looking
31
at
minutes, okay.
Damage profile-wise, you know, from HLE, it's really...
Yeah, in that case, so I'm gonna watch this full game, and then I'm gonna log off real quick because it's about a 40-minute drive to the airport from here. So we'll get through this game, and then I'll peace out.
Very, very difficult, and you called it, Vetty. It is going to be the lane swap here.
So the thing that I'm really curious about here, and I'm sure something a lot of viewers are also wondering. HLE has been playing a lot more fast and loose. A lot
All right,
more
so we got a lane swap.
than I think people would generally expect them to play. Does the fact that you have now completely lost a game and you are on match point against FlyQuest,
I think in general,
process and their decision making to change drastically?
this does benefit FlyQuest.
Aren't really playing, you know, super disrespectfully.
So I'm fine with this.
More playing the style of champions that they're
I
playing.
think it's a good call.
Also and stuff, you have to play very aggressive. You have to play in your opponent's face. And generally speaking, if you look at the expectations for the series, it would just be that they'd pick these mechanical picks and they would just heavily outplay FlyQuest and dominate you in the 5v5. So I feel like they're going to play the similar way to what they've been playing.
I agree with the sentiment that FlyQuest, if given enough time, have drafted today in a way to outscale HLE, right? I think the reason why Hanwha Life has kept it as close as they have in many of these games is because of how excellent they are at team fighting. I think the way in which they were able to overcome Gen.G was they're truly phenomenal team fighting. We only have to look back at their series against Gen.G.
Being an absolute menace to Inspired right now.
Engage, right? And the way they navigate, like you look to Viper and like they have so many talented individuals that really understand the limits and what they're supposed to do in a fight that they become terrifying that even at a deficit, they can find ways to outplay, but the reality
That is very annoying for Inspired right now.
Just beat talent, and FlyQuest are consistently drafting in a way that allows them to have that advantage in the late game. And Azael
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised we don't see
completely understand where he's coming from.
teams do that to Inspired more often in the LCS.
Those late game fights. And how HLE will play around the back.
Delight in some trouble here.
Okay, okay.
Level 2,
Oh, he's going for it. He's going for it. Oh, Masu, no, buddy. Oh. Should have committed a little earlier. Oh, Inspired missed too.
To connect on Viper, so HLE coming out on top in two different.
Oh man!
He has to predict, right? You can't obviously always be able to respond there. Viper flashed very late, which means he just has to guess where he's going to flash to. Throws that flash out.
Unlucky from Inspired and need to commit quicker from Masu.
A bit more of an unforced error there. Thought he could be
Azael,
totally off, but couldn't quite do it. Incredibly low. Would have loved to grab that.
Man, that sucks.
But at the end of the day,
that really sucks. So. That's like 2 golden windows that could have really put Fly into like a good spot.
I would say that FlyQuest feel very comfortable on stage now. You know, like in game 2, I could see moments where they were being like really respectful to HLE. They weren't overstepping their bounds in the late game fights. But here at the start of this game, you can feel that they're warmed up, and the fact that Masu and Busio sit there and go, no, we can flash for this, we can go for this kill, we can. You can see now that like
Quad's holding his own CS-wise so far, which is good.
That momentum off the victory of the previous game.
And one advantage that
granted, I guess he does have early harass versus Zeka for the time being.
So he started on his Wolves and then was able to cross map, take away the blue and the Gromp there from Inspired. So Inspired really had no job. He had nothing to do on the map. So that's why he looks for this early gank down towards bot lane to try to actually fund his Viper. So at the very least, he was able to trade flash for flash there. But you can see he is down quite a few camps. You know, has been put behind by Peanut's pathing. And his early game has been excellent in all 3 games. Peanut really being a difference maker for HLE so far.
Yeah, Peanut is, I agree with Azael. Peanut is playing really, really smartly right now. Ooh, nice stop. Oh, it was just Delight. No, I mean, it's still a good stop, but I thought it was Viper.
The ability for this champion to generate so much free stats with the health stacking can turn him into an absolutely unassailable wall.
Can we get this? Or can we burn the flash, rather? No, okay.
Lucio again threatening that Gnar, making him back up, making him play respectfully.
No, alright.
Slight lead for HLE here in the early game. Quad continuing to farm up, has not been pressured on this Cassiopeia in the early game. Like
being on Pacific time's throwing me off, man. It's only like 7 o'clock here, but technically it's like 9 o'clock my time. My body's already getting tired.
And interestingly, it was FlyQuest that kind of maintained the swap for the longest time. They've still got their bot lane on the top side, but now Hanwha Life, knowing that the grubs are spawning, have swapped their bot up towards top. You have to be careful playing against Desire this early on. Those feathers pack a serious punch. And so I wonder if FlyQuest is going to respect that and instead prioritize the dragon. Keeping my eyes. It looks like Inspired is heading towards the bot side of the map.
Oh, Jojo Pion has officially been removed from the GCD for Cloud9.
You heavily outscale, I think, in the 5v5, and I don't think there's massive side lane threats unless second gets super fed. So for FlyQuest, you don't need to risk going into a dicey fight. You don't need
That was an expensive contract, man. That was an extremely expensive contract.
Here, they know that Hanwha Life is more interested in the grubs. They will concede that entire trio, but instead, Inspired immediately ready to jump into the Drake pit.
Let's see, all the grubs going over to HLE. Inspired gets Drake again.
Now has to retreat away from Quad back here in the mid lane. No ultimate expended for either champion, but Zeka does lose out on the HP trade as Peanut is again working his way into the FlyQuest jungle, steal away this buff from Inspired, steal away these camps, make it harder for Inspired to find.
Yeah, Peanut is just putting Inspired so far behind.
Dragon indicator showing where Inspired is on the map, and a stacked wave means that this FlyQuest duo.
And honestly, it kind of like with Inspired's playstyle, right, who is very like jungle focused and the clear focused and like getting his pathing down and being in the right places at the right time. This is completely like messing up Inspired's fundamentals.
Is close enough to respond, so I don't think HLE will go for anything. Again, Peanut just taking this slight advantage. Is going to be ahead from that early game. Obviously gets more experience as well from the grubs, and is pretty happy with how things are going. But Whippo definitely in his if Doran is not ahead on the Gnar,
there's too much reliance on like Masu to get fed, man, and I don't think
get enough armor, and all of a sudden
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Wall that is so frustrating to deal with.
Yeah, he's chilling. He's got a wave, massive wave, piled up towards him. HLE clearly trying to leverage the fact that their 2v2 is winning, and Xayah is so much stronger in the other game skirmishes. So
Vi looking in the mid lane, nothing nearby.
Discrepancy slowly starting to build. Overall, though, FlyQuest.
Gage Busio shattering strike into the crash down, but Peanut is here.
Okay. Oh no, he got dang unlucky.
For HLE, and they're putting it on the dude who wants it most. Viper's getting paid.
And Peanut again finding these plays up towards the top side. This time getting Viper paid, who had such a strong game last game on the ice.
I don't know, like
was almost
it's kind of moments like this, like I wish Inspired was a tad bit more like flippy, if you will.
Could get to a lot of the other guys burst them down, but they couldn't really get to Viper.
Because in scenarios where like himself or any of his laners get too far behind, he just sticks to his game plan, which can be good. Don't get me wrong. And again, it's so hard not to have bias in this because I know that they lose this game, but I wonder if he was a tad bit more flippy, if he was like willing to like just flash old Zeka and you try and like just get him. I think you just need to kind of go for it, man. Like, so Inspired's now caught up on CS, right? But like,
this hire is strong. And the thing about Ezreal is you can be self-sufficient, which is where I think
300 gold went to Viper. That's
but on top of
scary.
That, Desire is the same, right? You're not afraid of this dive. If the Vi comes onto you, you're just making it even easier for Desire to play. And so, yeah, I think that HLE find themselves in a very good position. A 1k gold lead, largely sitting on top of Viper. The objectives are equally traded. The Grub's going to be spawning in about a minute 10. Inspired, making his way into the bot lane.
Inspired with that
Raptors, I thought he was going to be top. I thought he was going top as Busio went in, but he went to counter jungle. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if it's just bad communication or just lack of awareness of where Peanut was or what, but
yeah, we'll see how
it is what it is.
For this, you can see Peanut again heading out towards top. He's just trying to be very efficient with his time, and they do cancel recall one more time. Whippo could be in some danger. They're going to look for a wraparound.
Yeah, remember that Whippo does have the ability to use the ulti to try to get away, but they stand right in front of him, exactly the way you want to outplay the Scion ulti. Meanwhile, down in the bottom,
good flat. Oh, it didn't matter.
Okay. But a beautiful amount of damage from Viper there with a feather call. Now
ooh, Viper is
outplays him and slays him down here in the bottom lane.
Crazy.
Jelly's AD carry does not want to lose this series.
Viper is absolutely popping off. They go
wow.
for a play onto the bot lane 2 versus 2. You got to remember,
hold on, I need to see that bot play in full.
Much damage. The feathers truly did fly, and they sowed destruction for FlyQuest.
Yeah, and Delight just played that so well.
And that's 6 grubs now for HLE. That's the first 6 grubs of the series.
This is a very commanding position for them.
And crucially, it's a situation where both junglers are making plays on opposite sides of the map. On HLE's side, it succeeds. It gets them kills, it gets them plates, it gets them grubs. On the bot side, it fails. And on top of that, Viper is the one to benefit from the kills.
Yeah, and Busio was the one who got the kill too,
They
man.
spent so much time in this brush waiting for this play here, and they have to give up the wave on the tower. Masu has to run away from it here, and watch as the ulti comes in from the light right as he goes in. He's the feather pull is there across all three members.
That's so unlucky. That's so unlucky, Masu.
Even though it's a good to avoid the redirect on the ulti, it just doesn't really matter.
Delight and Viper couldn't have played that better, right? You're in a 2v3, you come out on top, the knock up into the 3-man blade caller is just ideal for Hanwha Life. Now up almost 3,000 gold, 12 minutes into the game, plus 6.
I'm gonna tap forward just, well, hold on, I'll let it play for a second.
The kill went over to Busio, so it doesn't even go on to either Inspired or Masu, which just makes things even harder for them as Viper sets his sights on that tower. The plates haven't even finished yet. We're not 14 minutes in, but HLE can just continue to play around the strength of their bottom lane right now, move them around the map. I say that typically you'd expect them to be pushing bot so they could secure the Drake, but they're going to move Zeka off to bot. Doran's going to catch mid, and they're going to get themselves their first dragon of the game.
But we'll see what FlyQuest can do from here, because obviously they were down 3,000 gold, you know, this early or even earlier last
They've been down every game.
And, you know, so it's a less significant disadvantage than they were in last game. I still feel like their spot is okay. But obviously, if HLE can get that big fight to really kind of throw it over the line, that's going to be the problem. But I mean, Quad is in a good spot. Whipple's still in a good spot. The real problem here is Masu has been put quite far down, and that hasn't really happened thus far this series.
Yeah, Masu's far down, and I think Masu's like, not to say that Cass cannot carry, right? But like, there's so much more of an onus on Masu to be the one to actually do the carrying in this game. And the fact that he's behind is like really bad.
The Impale interrupts his decimating smash. They're looking for a little bit more damage onto him here. Viper free firing pretty hard onto the Scion, but Whippo again.
Whippo's just so annoying. Like Viper's just firing shot after shot into him. It's like, oh wait. Okay, Whippo, you're.
Almost no HP left. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, another fight's going to be breaking out as Zeka and Delight try to stay in a fight, but Whippo's going to be killed underneath the tier 1.
Was that like worth it, Whippo? At a certain point, just like let it go.
Zeka still fighting. A slam back at the wall.
Okay, got Zeka at least.
And Zeka's down.
You know, that was funny for like the first like maybe 25 seconds, Whippo, but like back off at a certain point, my dude. Come on.
But FlyQuest are doing the smart thing. They're cross-mapping. They're moving into an area of the map that should belong to them, and HLE is fighting them for it. Zeka overstays his welcome, and he ends up giving over a kill.
3,500 gold lead for HLE as the turret plates fall, and the numbers popped up on your screen there. It was 7 plates to just the single plate over there for FlyQuest. It's plus 750 of that 3.5k just in the plates from the lane control that HLE has asserted.
And even with the kill on Masu, Viper has a 2,000 gold advantage here. He got all of that plate, got the first tower.
There's only a single plate for FlyQuest, but we went for the lane swap. What happened? I'm not gonna have time to go back and watch, but like, what happened? I need to like think about it like a little more in the macro perspective.
Showcases the enormous hill that they will have to climb now that this advantage has really gotten out of control for Viper.
I will say, though, that Quad, I think, is still in a good position. He can match into Zeka very comfortably right now, especially with all the mana he's now been able to stockpile. It makes it that much harder for Zeka to play in the side lane. But you are right in that the big, scary point is Viper.
Yeah.
But the good news is that if you take out Viper, the scary point disappears. Now, I'm not saying it's easy to take out Viper.
Pretty difficult, actually.
Yeah, in fact, his whole toolkit is designed for being
down 10k, but the good point is if you kill their Nexus, the lead doesn't matter.
I mean, but you've got to remember, in these team fights, this is where I give FlyQuest a lot of credit, is that they are very good at finding that target, the target that they need. And while, no, they don't have an Amumu, no, they don't have the Nunu, I'm noticing a trend. But It is going to be harder this time around because Viper
This game is a
champion
lot
has
slower,
that
man.
self-sufficiency. It welcomes the dive. It wants to be able to find those outplays. In the event that they're able to shut down Viper, then FlyQuest have the tools to turn those fights.
Well, it's
I'm
really
going to tap forward a little bit
like
just to...
Whippo, just kind of zoning Viper out,
That's
you know,
fair,
giving his life and having the team win on the other side. So I think that's going to be what they're looking for. But the problem is HLE is doing such a
We're
good
taking
job
turrets.
of extending the gold.
It's kind of starting to just choke Fly out.
In those other games, you know, last game it was about a 3K gold lead around 10 minutes, which was massive.
I also feel like it is a lot harder.
Now, this is nearly a 5,000 gold.
Damn, Zeka.
Nicely.
I feel like it's a lot harder at this point in the game, in like this state of the game, to like find picks as well.
We have seen the Herald crash into
Like
the wall.
Masu's behind, so you can't really just pump into a single damage target and like kill on the spot. Quad is like a mid DPS kind of champion, so you're not doing that either. Like you have the Inspired, which is a great pick champion, also like with Busio, but it's just I don't know. I feel like it's just so hard to
It's kind of
do.
crazy how quickly this game is snowballing out of control. FlyQuest, it's true that so far in this series they haven't been able to find much.
I don't know what the Scion really does.
But as you rightly said, Azael, the deficit wasn't that bad, but just like that off the back of the Herald, their balloon.
Like I said, it's like annoying for HLE to deal with, but like
advantage sitting on Peanut and Viper, who really have been the stars
yeah,
of the series
I don't know.
when we think about the entire best of 3.
Yeah, I think Doran was very big in game 1 on the Jacks as well. You know, I think Peanut for sure to me is by far the standout player for HLE thus far this series. His early game has been so strong. He's been pathing well, and we're going to see another tower die here as HLE just step forward, threaten it, and continue to build that gold lead here. Now, just
thinking about it a little more, I would say if you're drafting Cassio,
has no intention,
I don't think you can have a tank in the top lane, or
see if they can get some gold back.
Yeah, the name of the game for FlyQuest
I guess
stall because HLE is so far.
I think you just need a somewhat little bit more like firepower than what's currently on FlyQuest's team right now if you're gonna have Cassio. I guess it's supposed to be the Vi, but Vi for me doesn't really accomplish that. I think it needs to be a different champion than Vi. So again, it still just comes down to Vi being the wrong champion. I just don't like the Cassio either with this, and because like all that together, I don't really like the Scion. I don't know. This draft was rough. This draft was really, really rough.
He was able to find Whippo and be annoying. It's the TLDR. They get the flash out, and so that's a nice win. The Dragon was also secured there in favor of HLE. And Masu now being sent bot lane to catch that wave. Ultimately, it's just a map game once again for HLE. They're not really trying to overforce any fights. They're just leveraging the pressure that they have to kind of split FlyQuest apart and slowly but surely kind of dissect them of their resources, suffocate them of jungle farm, deny them.
Yeah, this is kind of just suffocating.
You can see that Archangel's accelerated for quad.
It's literally like HLE is just wiggling their way up the map.
FlyQuest Ab.
It's just can Fly find a pick somewhere.
And that's the situation that I think about that FlyQuest from HLE.
Aaron. HLE to force the objective. I think that FlyQuest have just been out.
Reset. The gold leads just continuing to increase. Continuing to wiggle up your ward vision.
Trying to answer that as Delight
Delight.
to flash there.
Bit of an ambitious ward he was going for there, I will admit.
Inspired looking for a collapse. They may try to see if they can get something more, but not going to fully commit to the play. Yeah, Whippo obviously just going to be fully stacking armor. I really see his job as basically walking at Viper and trying to make Viper hit only you while your team plays a 4v4. And we'll see if he's going to be able to actually get, and we'll see if they can find any sort of a play here.
Yeah, because
Yeah, you can't get picks, man.
Into a Cassio.
It's so hard to get picks.
She's just gonna melt any front line that comes.
This team's so good at avoiding. You have Doran who has like the hop and like he's over a minion, he can leap as well. And you have Peanut who can dig through walls at increased speed. Then you have Zeka who has multiple dashes, depending on where he's at and what he's using. You have Viper who can ult.
Maybe you can burn a flash and then use
like the really only like pickable champions, Delight, and that's it.
And that's always the risk when you play a 4 melee comp, is that you just naturally stack up.
And even then, there's a lot of like
target someone, and
engage denial and Poppy.
Cassio ult or a Rel combo, and in some of these situations, it'll be interesting to see how Inspired.
Yeah, they're in the bottom lane.
So just start Baron, and all right, here we go. Can we get in? Can we do something? This is like where it matters. Oh, Delight manages to get a double ult. Okay. Masu's pumping.
It's a 2 for 2 so far. Peanut trying to get away. Masu needs to buy a little bit of time. Busio here in the front line, but it ain't gonna matter. Masu now in trouble.
Masu kind of hesitated a little bit. I don't think it would have mattered, granted, but like he's pumping, he's hitting. He backs away. Why does he back away there?
Peanut trying to get away. Masu
Slow.
needs to buy a little bit of time. Busio here in the front line, but it ain't.
Is he just afraid of...
Peanut trying to get away. Masu needs to buy a little bit
Oh,
of
he's
time.
afraid of Nar.
Busio here in the front
That's
line,
what
but
it
ain't
is.
gonna matter. Masu now in trouble, making our misses. Sidestep comes by a little bit of time.
Yeah, he's just playing respect. Okay.
Peanut trying to get away.
Well, he kind of like, he backs away a little earlier. Hitting, backs away. Oh, yeah, he was, okay, he was respecting Zeka.
But it doesn't matter. Viper's already down. Whippo teleports into the fight, but so does Doran. It's a 2 for 2 so far. Peanut trying to get away. Masu needs to buy a little bit of time. Busio here in the front line, but it ain't gonna matter. Masu now in trouble, making our misses. Sidestep comes out, but the proto belt is still there. It's a
That's so hard, like...
Masu's done for. That's a nice fight for
I don't know, I think actually Masu's so cognizant of what Zeka's resources are as well as Doran's resources are, and he immediately starts backing away. Like, it's actually impressive, his game sense. I think actually, like, it looks weird. It's like, okay, why are you trying to, like, cower out? Why are you trying to roach out? Actually, that's probably better terminology. Like, why are you trying to roach out? But, like, he actually is extremely aware of, like, no, Zeka can turn on me at any second, and Doran can turn on to me at any second. He really backs away, but at that point, like, a lot of the, this is kind of what I mean, right? Like, there's just not enough firepower on this draft. Like, if Quad's dead, it's over with. Like, what happened to Quad? Where's Quad? So, here's Quad. Immediately ulted, slammed, dead. Did he flash at all? Oh, he flashed forward to get the ult.
They try to jump in. Inspired wants to go after the Poppy, but it ain't gonna matter a whole lot. Quad's gonna get caught. Nice.
He flashed to get the ult.
Inspired wants to go after the Poppy, but it ain't gonna matter a whole lot. Quad's gonna get caught. Nice feather collar, but it doesn't matter. Viper's already.
Did the ult even matter?
Quad's gonna get caught.
No. That was kind of bad synergy from Quad, to be honest.
Whippo teleports into the fight, but so does Doran. It's a 2 for 2 so far. Peanut trying to get away. Masu needs to buy a little bit of time. Busio here in the front line, but it ain't gonna matter. Masu now in trouble. Trying to get matter. Viper's over the Poppy, but it ain't gonna matter a whole lot. Quad's gonna get here in the very front. They try to jump in.
Sorry, I keep rewinding. I'm trying to like see stuff. Top lane is ult at the same time.
But it doesn't matter. Viper's already Poppy, but now FlyQuest trying to step up. Delight here in the very front. They try to jump in. Inspired wants to go after the Poppy, but it ain't gonna matter a whole lot. Quad's gonna get caught. Nice feather collar, but it doesn't matter. Viper's already down. Whippo teleports into the fight.
Okay.
So does Doran. It's a 2 for 2 so far. Peanut trying to
It's not a bad fight, honestly.
a little bit of time. Busio here in the front line, but it ain't gonna matter. Masu now in trouble, making our misses. Sidestep comes out, but the proto belt is still there. It's a 1v3 and Masu.
It's not a bad fight. Like good try from Masu. Quad kind of hinted it a little bit.
It gives them Quad flashes in. They all try to go for this play here. They do get find out. They know there's lots here for FlyQuest.
Yeah, the idea as well from I mean, when Quad flashes in with the W and he connects it onto both.
Yeah, at this point the game's kind of done, right? Like it's a what is this? 7K gold lead. 8K gold lead.
FlyQuest now in a really tough spot. They're down over 8,000 gold, and HLE wants to end this game fast. They do not want to allow FlyQuest to try to scale to a point where they can come back into this game. Doran's going to be split pushing over in mid lane, while the remaining 4 players on HLE.
It's very hard. Peanut was a masterclass this game. Peanut did a great job of like, interfering with Inspired's like jungle clearing, jungle pathing. Really put himself ahead and basically was able to capitalize on the opposite sides of the map while Inspired was trying to catch it up on farm so that way he could be somewhat relevant in the game, which is very Inspired typical, by the way. And because of that, Peanut got Viper ahead, he got Doran ahead. Yeah, and so at that point, because of how good HLE is as a team in terms of like the vision game, like you can see like the parts where I was kind of skipping over a little bit, but you can see them just wiggling their vision up, their map control up, just little by little over on the FlyQuest side. And from there, it's so hard that FlyQuest has to find this like really good pick to actually have a chance.
Zeka's the target, but he uses the
Ult.
stasis to get away from the
Nice.
ultimate magnet storm, followed by the killer instinct from Masu.
Good pick.
For FlyQuest on the HLE mid lane.
See, that's the kind of stuff that was needed way earlier. Way earlier.
FlyQuest is coming to collapse. Inspired has gone over the wall, coming up behind Delight. Whippo surely going to be killed here, but remember that he comes back to life.
But it's hard to do that stuff earlier because the vision is like really good.
Your target here with a shattering strike coming out, but a little bit more damage
The light's
still going to be
dead. good. Oh, what a ult from Peanut. Alright, GG. Very proud of the boys. They did a really good job of really sticking it to HLE. They tried really hard, and they really pushed the HLE to the limits, I would say. Big faults with this game, I think, are the Vipic. Really bad. I'm not a fan of the Casio currently. Although he did have a much better laning phase this game. Maybe it would be better if paired with something that isn't a Scion, I would say. Something a little more aggressive and put inspired on more of a jungle kind of performance. Yeah. And then I don't have time to, but I need to go back and watch kind of like the 8 to like 18 minute mark and really understand like why, or not 8 to 18 minutes, excuse me, 8 to 14 minute. I need to go back and watch like the 8 to 14 minute mark and really understand why FlyQuest did not get more plates when they were the ones who initiated a lane swap. I really expected to see Masu a little bit more accelerated than he was.
Honestly, if it wasn't for that buffered ulti there from Peanut, I think FlyQuest win that fight. They were in a great situation. They land the Petrifying.
I guess the game's not quite done
Peanut,
yet.
but that ulti, the buffer there, really changed the whole game. Because Whippo obviously is getting taken down, but FlyQuest, no, this is our chance. This is a 5v4. If we can ace them here, we can make something happen. Delight is sectioned out and really goes down pretty much for free. Whippo buys a lot of time. Quad is poking around on the side.
Classic
Whippo.
Whippo.
No mega, but it all comes down to this ultimate. From this spot, it's a very winnable fight here. No mega on Doran. The stun lands.
Are you kidding me?
Really
I need to finish. Go away!
Durable.
But this ulti comes out right before he gets stunned from the IQ.
What ult from Peanut, man.
And it is absolute cinema from the HLE side. The FlyQuest coaching staff knew that was their moment to try to come back.
You could not have a bigger, badder, better Skarner ult than what Peanut just did to guarantee the victory in a fight that otherwise looked good for HLE. Now, Dragon Soul spawning.
You know, honestly,
Baron spawning in a little bit under
like this game wasn't great compared to the other two. But I still don't think it was actually that bad of a game. Like, Fly really put their hearts into the game too. This game too, not the game too.
FlyQuest have no TPs to be able to answer here, but if they base, they give up soul. So HLE just needs to just keep them here and buy time for the supers.
Super minions continuing their march. You can see a recall from Masu, but he cancels it. Quad has teleport, but not yet. It's still got a little bit of that cooldown left on it. No teleports available for either one of the players on HLE either. It looks like FlyQuest is just
give
saying,
up the soul.
Don't bother fighting for this. It's not going to work out. Free Chemtech soul for HLE.
And I think this is the right call here from FlyQuest. I think you're almost guaranteed to lose from that spot. And honestly, one dragon doesn't get you back into the game, even if you're able to steal it. So, you know, having a hope at maybe an Elder Flip or something like that, when you're this monumentally behind, is actually a better shot. You know, you look for a 50-50.
Let's just see how this last team fight goes. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit.
Gonna be given. There's Doran acting
Oh,
as bodyguard.
so taking Baron. Can't even get in, basically.
So in case anybody from FlyQuest
Alright, here
tries
we
to
go.
stop it, he can immediately jump in to punish. Doran jumps in, wants to go for
Nice.
Meganar, but he doesn't find a whole lot of success with it. Zeka versus Inspired off to the side as FlyQuest try to hold the line. Miasma.
It's so hard for either team to go at each other with the Casio. Like, the Casio can't get in, but they can't go into Casio until the Miasma's gone.
Magnet Storm from Busio looking to keep everybody locked up, but Viper is already unstoppable and FlyQuest is crumbling. A little bit more damage from Doran might get it done, but Quad kills Delight. FlyQuest scrambling.
What a fight, actually.
Matter. HLE will not be.
Wow. Hold on. Okay, I gotta go, but like I want to see this one more time.
Whippo doing the same. Over the wall goes Zeka. He's into the back line, but he uses the stasis. Magnet Storm from Boost.
Magnet Storm's pretty big. Oh, the. Oh, he didn't. Can you not cleanse suppress, or did Masu just not play that correctly?
Magnet Storm from Busio looking to keep everybody locked up, but Viper is already unstoppable and FlyQuest is crumbling. A little bit more damage from Doran might get it done. dumb, but quad kills delight. FlyQuest scrambling, but it will not matter. HLE will delight. FlyQuest scramble. FlyQuest is crumbling. A little bit more damage from Dora might get it done, but everybody locked up. But Viper is already.
Quad was kind of pumping this fight, actually.
A little bit more damage from Dora might get it done, but quad kills delight. FlyQuest scrambling, but it will. Crumb Stasis. Magnet Storm from Boostio looking to keep everybody locked up, but Viper is already unstoppable, and FlyQuest is crumbling. A little bit more damage from Dora might get it done, but quad kills delight. FlyQuest.
Quad's pumping, but he's not pumping on the right targets.
Whippo doing the same. Over the wall goes
Ulted by Zeka. Stun, flashes over the wall. Miasma's down.
Viper is already unstoppable, and FlyQuest is crumbling. A little bit more damage from Dora might get it done, but quad kills delight. FlyQuest scrambling, but it will not matter. HLE will not be denied.
Well, I'm going to call it there, guys. I got to go to the airport, go pick up the wife. Thank you to anyone who watched and tuned in. Fun series. Very fun series. Hopefully, they do not draw BLG Saturday afternoon. So, anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all later.